We are 100% live now.
Oh my God, dude. Oh man, I wish you had clicked the live button.
I did
15
hit live. We are
seconds.
live now.
I know, 15 seconds before that. Oh my God. It's probably good you didn't, so that way you'll stay married.
No, probably. I don't know. We'll see how long that lasts.
Oh
my goodness gracious. But yes, anyway, yes, I was so tired. I slept with my wife.
Oh, dude, that's so fucking great. Oh my God. Oh, well, welcome to the channel. This is the expert with special guest host Vegas Rick, who is currently having a small seizure because he's laughing so hard. Oh, dude, that's so awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I haven't laughed that hard since I was a little girl.
How did that work out? You ever had the urge to wear skirts again?
Oh, dude, all the time. Actually, I am gonna go buy a kilt. And
dude, does 511 still have the tactical kilt?
You know, I looked on their website and I didn't see any, but I have been. So here, I have a buddy from work who's getting married next year on the 4th of July, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna buy a kilt and wear it to your wedding. And he's like, if you don't, you're not invited. So, I mean, now I have to wear a kilt. And I'm like, this is going to work out so perfectly. I cannot wait.
Wait a second. Whoa. Wait. So if you don't wear a kilt, you're not invited?
Correct.
Problem solved.
I mean,
just don't get a kilt.
I'm getting a kilt because I want to go because it's going to be an open bar on the 4th of July.
You like how I said open bar same time you did?
Yes. It's because you and I are like, our cycles are synced, I think.
Well, it has to be an open bar for you to be like, yeah, I'll wear a kilt to go.
I'm gonna well, hell, I'd wear I'd wear pants to go to an open bar that I don't have to pay for.
Have you ever heard of a sarong?
Yes, it's like.
What do you think about that?
I have a buddy who's Polynesian, and he gave me this thing called a lava, which is very similar.
Your buddies with the Rock?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
And it's called a lava. It's basically just like a flat sheet, and you wrap it around your waist, and you only wear underwear. And it is the best thing on the planet.
Wait, hold on. What's it called?
A lava.
A lava?
Yes. The Polynesians have lava.
They have lava goes off.
I know.
I don't. What's the warning? Lava.
No, you only say lava once, because if you say it twice, that means you need to put on your skirt. So I don't know why they call it a lava. It's really weird because I would think they would come up with a different term for it, like, I don't know, El Skirto or something like that. But you know, it is very comfortable. So so if you're in like damp areas, you would wear that. You're apparently saying the word moist offends people, so you say damp.
Why? Moist?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
moist
you get
cakes. You want cakes to be moist.
Yes, you don't want it damp. That would be disgusting.
No, that's disgusting. Damp sounds like it has mildew.
I agree, and so I don't want a damp cake because it's going to be infested with all sorts of botulism. But if it's moist, it means it's delicious.
It is.
So
nobody ever says like unmoist cake.
I would like a dry cake, please.
Yes.
So breadcrumbs.
I so hate the moisture.
Yes.
Hold on, wait a second. That moisture isn't good when talking about a cake. It's like damp. I don't want damp, or I don't want moisture around my cake.
No, I don't want humidity in my cake. I want moisture.
You know what I'm a huge fan of?
What's that?
It's like one of my favorite things in the world, and I always forget about it.
What?
Tres leche.
Oh.
Tres leche. Treluca. I don't know. How do you say it, man? Give me that cake that has 3 milks in it.
The Mexican cake, and it is delicious.
Oh my gosh, dude. Like, do you remember the first time you had one?
I do. I remember it better than I remember the first time I had sex.
Yeah, who remembers that?
I don't, but I remember the first time I had tres leches.
Only when the police show up. Do you remember that one?
Well, yeah, that's happened a couple times. So,
So the tres leche, like, did you just see it and go, "I'm gonna try that," or did somebody tell
Um,
you about it?
no, I was at a Mexican restaurant, like a real Mexican restaurant, like had been a Pizza Hut at one time and then had been bought by Mexicans and then turned into a Mexican restaurant. That's how you know it's a real Mexican restaurant. If it once was a Pizza Hut and now it's like an Alberto's or whatever, you know it's going to
You
be
know,
good.
in Tennessee, former Pizza Huts, and by the way, not just Pizza Hut. I love going past places that were like used to be fast food places, and they're now
Mm-hmm.
something else.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was a former Pizza Hut, it is now a check cashing service.
Yes. Yes. That
You know,
is really weird.
a Tennessean invented the check advance or whatever, the payday advance deal.
That's cool. Was
And I
that for
love it.
like the moonshine?
I don't know, man. I learned about that in school. I was like, what the? Why?
Oh, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that is. I mean, that's like was it usury tax or whatever? Like, I mean, God, I feel like that's like Ebenezer Scrooge's alley right there, like the counting houses. So, but
Yeah, it
yeah,
is. Well, it is very Scrooge's. So the Trace Leche. So like you hold on. Did somebody tell you about it? I wasn't paying very much
yes,
attention.
I was at the aforementioned former Pizza Hut,
Mm.
rebranded as a
Now I
Mexican
remember what you
place,
were saying. Yes.
and
You got thrown with Pizza Hut.
yes, and so it was, hey, you should try this. It's on the menu. So I had tres leches and flan, and
Oh, flan. How was that?
it was like a threesome. It was me and these two delicious desserts, and it was the best adventure I've ever had. I mean, yeah. So
Culinary adventure.
no,
Here's
I'm telling you, adventure ever. Like, I mean, you could have like a regular threesome, and it's pretty good, but you have like tres leches and flan at the same time, and
it's
it's
almost like the
better.
devil's three-way.
It is a devil's three-way, and it is perfect.
Now, here's my thing. So like flan, I've never had it because I can't stand the word. People say like moist is a bad word. Flan sounds so eerily similar to phlegm.
Yes, and it's also almost has the same consistency. But here's the cool thing about flan.
Oh,
Is it's basically like custard with like sauce, and it's so delicious.
custard with sauce.
Yes, it's so good.
Oh,
You
now you
see,
got me.
you got to at least try it, and then if you don't like it, you'd be like, well, I gave that a shot. So yeah, and then if you say, I think it's supposed to be like flan, but I don't. I always just call it flan because I'm playing a white guy on TV.
Here's the thing. When I'll order it sometime, but I'm gonna have to get it to go
Yeah.
because I know going into it I may not like it, and
Well, if
I
you don't
hate
like it,
when.
don't just give it to Brown Dog. He'll eat it.
Well, see, that's why I get it to go because I hate when they come and say, "How was it?" I'm like, I didn't like this. Here,
It was
it's like, just
horrible.
take this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my thing. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Can I give you something else? I'm like, no, this was all 100% me. Like, I did, and then like I feel awkward about ever going back in the place, and I probably just won't.
Yeah, I could see where that would be a problem.
Oh, look at this. Someone has an eagle eye. Yes, that is Harambe in the background.
Very nice.
Very good eye, Miami.
Miami
Very
Spice, and I have a court appearance next week to see if I can get my restraining order lifted.
Oh, that's cool. Good
Yeah.
luck on that.
Yeah. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see.
But you're not pessimistic.
I'm realistic. I am persistent. I am persistent. I'm not optimistic, but I am persistent. So we'll see.
Persistence is awesome. Hey, can we go back here to this tres leche?
Yes.
So to me, it's like a three-way of cake.
It is.
Oh, I was gonna say something, but I won't.
Yeah.
Oh, I need a hard hat.
I've been trying to buy a I've been super jealous of Volstorm's UT helmet, And so I decided
yeah.
I spent like I shit you not, I spent like 6 hours trying to find a UNLV helmet,
Taker.
and I could not find one. And except for the mini ones, and I'm like, I want a real helmet. I don't want like, you know, a helmet for my wiener dog. So
Have you tried the bookstore?
have
you tried calling up the athletic department?
So
And just
it's
being like,
funny you say
"You
that.
guys-"
A guy I work with used to actually play baseball at UNLV, and he knows the athletic director, so he's going to make the phone call for me. So I subcontracted it out.
Yeah, that's so awesome when somebody else makes a call for you.
Exactly, and then I don't have to ask. I can just get this random helmet showing up one day, and it'll probably be like a used one, so it'll be like, you know, definitely worn during a loss.
Well, you know what?
Because, you know, UNLV's football team is not renowned for being winners.
Well, I mean, University of Tennessee, we're kind of right there in that same boat. But you know, the way I look at it is that it's not about the wins and losses. It's about the party. It's about the tailgate.
Well, that is true. That is true. Your team can lose, but at least you had fun and you got drunk during it. So do you enjoy eating
yes,
tree nuts, like pecans specifically? I didn't say tree nut. I said tree nuts. That's even worse. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you enjoy eating pecans, sir?
At least you didn't call it a pecan.
A pecan. Well, no, because the Texas blood in me would not allow me to do so.
That pecans what you pecan.
Yeah, that is true. So the UNLV has at their games, they have these cinnamon glazed pecans. And they are, but they're basically, they take the pecan and they glaze it with like cinnamon sugar over heat, and so it creates this like shell of sugar, cinnamony sugar, and they are absolutely phenomenal. I would knife fight a alligator for some of those right now.
Well,
or a small gorilla.
The key to defeating an alligator
is you reach your hand into its mouth and rip out all its teeth.
Get them at the eyes.
You got to take a pencil and shove it in that little hole right behind the eyes. The guy in Live and Let Die taught me that.
That's how I learned it too.
James Bond teaches you everything you need to know about survival. Lesson learned there, kids. Always pay attention to what the master spy has to teach you.
Because you never know where he's going to be.
You never know where you're going to end up. You might end up in like Monaco, and you have to play baccarat, or you're going to end up in, you know, the bayous of Louisiana being attacked by alligators. You never know. Or you might find yourself in like, you know, a little island fort with like some billionaire heiress who wants to nuke half of the world, and you have to have sexy time with her to get her to stop doing it.
What about the no, we won't go there. I was gonna say the guy who was a Bond girl.
A guy that was a Bond girl?
Yeah, there's a dude. Roger Moore.
Oh yeah. That was
awkward.
That was like, you know, that she was dating Dolph Lundgren at that time.
Oh, that's very awkward.
So
I think the Shim was in Playboy, right?
Probably. She was also in a Conan movie with Arnold.
No, that's
Conan the Destroyer.
No, that was Grace Slick.
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones.
Isn't that who you're talking about?
No, there's a real Shim.
A real dude dressed up as a
him.
What did I miss? I must have missed something then. When did that happen?
I don't know.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. So I gotta tell you a story about my Christmas Eve. So
did a fat man come down your chimney?
No, I'm the only fat man that comes down a chimney. I am glad though that my kids are old enough to know now that I am the fat guy that brings presents and not some not Santa because that's
No,
always
we're all
fun.
believers here, man. We're believers here.
Oh,
I
I'm a
think
believer too,
I think
but
what you
like
really meant to say was not their stepdad.
no, not their stepdad. Their stepdad is like a skinny little accountant.
Oh, he doesn't have hair.
He does have hair. You will disapprove of him immediately when I tell you that he's a Georgia Bulldogs fan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I disapproved before that.
Yeah, there you go. So Christmas Eve. So flashback to a year before Thanksgiving. I get this call for service. This gal is being stalked and harassed by her ex-husband's girlfriend. The ex-husband's girlfriend is the office manager in his medical practice and is also the mistress that caused their divorce. Okay.
I know somebody like that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So we end up talking on the phone for about half an hour about the whole thing. And we end up becoming friends and we text back and forth. And I go out with her and her boyfriend, who is a nice guy, but he's one of those like old school, like nightclub promoters. He's like very schmoozy, knows everybody, has a story about everybody and yada, yada, yada.
The doctor?
No, the current boyfriend who is the nightclub promoter of this gal.
Oh yeah, those guys are cool.
That
gangster I met.
Yeah, he's not cool at all. But anyways, he's a nice guy though. So
he rubbed lotion on me.
Yeah, I bet he did. Did he rub you all over? So she texts me about a week ago and says, "Hey, what are you doing for Christmas Eve?" I'm like, I don't know. Not wearing pants, eating pizza, and watching TV.
No, Christmas Eve, not every other day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is every other day.
I had to wear pants and eat pizza last night, I think.
Wearing pants is awful. So I go to her house and I show up there, and so it's her boyfriend, all of their kids together, right? And the ex-husband. Okay. So I'm sitting in the kitchen talking to him.
This sounds like something that came from Portland.
Dude, it's
like
dude, it gets better. Just wait.
Oh, please tell me.
So I'm sitting in the kitchen, I'm drinking the beer, and the ex-husband's like, "Hey, I need to go outside and make a phone call." So he steps outside, and he makes a phone call. So while he's on the phone, this gal and her boyfriend are like, "Hey, Vegas Rick, you need to understand something." I'm like, "What?" He doesn't know you're the cop that dealt with the girl that was the mistress that was stalking me. I'm like, wait a minute. Who does he think I am? She says, he thinks you're a dude I met on online dating and we're friends. And I'm
wait a second. This was a call?
No. I had met her on a call for service. We became friends. Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like in this kitchen. I'm like, what? So I said, let me get this straight. He thinks, your ex-husband thinks that you are having Christmas Eve dinner with your current boyfriend, your ex-husband, all y'all's kids, and a dude you met on online dating.
My panda.
She says, yeah. I'm like, what did you get me into? Like, just tell him the fucking truth. She's like, no, it's so much better this way. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, wait a second here. Let me make sure I got the justice. I can't find my pen. I have a pen holder. I can't even find it.
Okay.
Anyway, the point of this is, so are you telling me that this chick is sitting there with her kids and 3 dudes?
Yes.
And all 3 dudes she has had an interest in is like the story that's going around. When I say interest, I mean fornication.
Yes.
Have you fornicated this person?
No, I haven't.
No, I take that back. I take that back. Do you have carnal knowledge?
I do not.
Okay. That's a plus.
I do not. I know. So no, we are strictly just like friends. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay, so he thinks.
So it's like, we'll say I would order Miami Spices and she's sitting there with 2 guys with carnal knowledge.
2 guys. There are 2 guys with carnal knowledge and 1 guy without carnal knowledge.
With handcuffs.
I'm saving my carnal knowledge for Miami Spice when she has the restraining order lifted. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. But at any rate, it is yeah. So that was super awkward. I'm like, this is So sitting at dinner, he's like staring at me, and then he like stares at the boyfriend, and I don't give because the boyfriend knows I am not an online Tinder date friend. I'm just like, this is so weird. This is the weirdest thing. I'm like, this is a fucking soap opera you got me into here.
What are the kids doing?
They're just like doing kid shit.
Bottle rockets.
But I mean, they should have been like, they were like, drinking. They were eating sugar and like running around the house like little kids. So I was just like, okay, whatever.
It sounds like there's a lot of sugar going on in this.
Oh
place.
my gosh!
Is
seriously,
this called the Sugar Shack?
I'm gonna call it the Sugar Shack from now on.
So okay, so hold on here. So there's two dudes there.
There's three dudes. There's three dudes.
Well, you're the third dude.
I am the third dude.
So these two dudes are looking at you, and then she comes up to you. And she goes, I got the. She goes, "Hey."
No. The ex-husband had stepped outside.
She said, why are you so judgy?
Who's so judgy? What?
Oh, it's just it's a meme. Sorry.
Okay. I'm like, this is the weirdest situation. I'm like, this is so weird. So yeah, it is. So that was my Christmas Eve night. I'm at a house.
I messed you up. I messed you up. You skipped a lot. So
no, I didn't.
We were at the part
I've told the
she
story.
Comes to you.
I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen drinking a beer.
Okay.
And the ex-husband has stepped outside, and the current boyfriend and her say, "Hey, he thinks you're a dude I met online dating." And I'm like, why am I here? Why would I be here?
Current boyfriend thinks
No, the current boyfriend knows I'm not an online dating. The ex-husband does.
But they said that you met the current boyfriend was online dating.
The current boyfriend met on online dating. But apparently I was like this random dude that she invites over for Christmas Eve that I met on. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, so just so we have the story clear, if I'm asked, where did we meet? She's like, Tinder. I'm like, okay, copy. Good enough.
Ooh. Isn't Tinder the random hookup spot?
Yes, it is.
Why would you talk?
I don't know. This
ex-husband is
he's a plastic surgeon.
Oh, those guys fuck.
Yeah, they do. Bro, you should see the mistress though. Oh my god, dude. She looked like Harambe's left nut.
Barbie? Oh, no kidding.
She was butt ass ugly, dude. And she was like, she was full on. She was butt ass ugly. And she was like mean and nasty. She was just like, a shrew. She looked like a shrew's left nut. Yeah, it was
maybe
awful.
She had other talents.
She must have, because I can't envision any other reason. But whatever. I'm like, okay, fair enough. But yeah, so I'm the Tinder X date.
Okay, so I'm caught up to this.
I'm the Tinder X date that got invited to Christmas Eve dinner. I'm the Tinder date that got invited to Christmas.
You're the Tinderizer.
The Tinderizer strikes again. Oh, maybe that's why I should change my thing from Vegas Frick to the Tinderizer.
You're the Tinderizer.
I could not make that story up if I tried. That's the weirdest part about it.
So I see you. This is what I see. I see you going, what?
It was more like a what? Like,
how can I get out of here? Like at this point,
I was like, seriously, I was like, I need to send an SOS message to somebody like, hey, can you send me like an emergency call? Yeah, like it was bad. So hey, I gotta go. I got a meeting with a guy about a thing. Actually, what I really should have done is I should have stood up and I said, I'm leaving. And when they asked where I was going, I should have told them I had to go return some videotapes. But I didn't. I stayed. It was a good dinner, but it was super weird. And I was sitting next to him at dinner. Prime rib.
What were the sides?
My favorites, roasted potatoes and cauliflower.
Oh yeah, you love potatoes.
I fucking hate potatoes. But I was raised that when people are nice and they invite you to their home, you eat what they put in front of you. And I did. And then when I was asked if I wanted seconds, I politely declined.
I watched you eat a cheddar cheese tot,
Oh my
and you
God.
cussed me.
It's because it's you. You're not a host. You're
When did you get? When were you? When did all of a sudden you became raised? I thought you were just a peer.
I was. I just kind of manifested out of the ether. Like the what's the reality stone on Marvel? I just kind of appeared.
You're the blonde on Marvel. What?
The blonde on
So
Marvel.
you ate dinner. What'd you have for dessert?
I had I had tres leches. No.
The devil's three-way.
The devil said that would have been actually at that point it would have been an orgy because there would have been 3 dudes and 1 girl. So I think after you get to three, it's an orgy technically, or a train. Either way, like choo choo, motherfuckers. Here comes Vegas, Rick. Woo, woo.
No, man, dude. At this point, it sounds like you're describing the movie Centipede.
It would have been like a Vegas cream pie, is what it would have been like. Which is just a Saturday night at Vegas Rick house, but oh, dude, it's so like
tenderize the prime rib.
I did.
No, wait, did they tenderize the prime rib?
They tenderized it real good.
So okay, so this happened. This was good. Was there mistletoe involved?
No mistletoe. I should have hung it from my belt, but my belt buckle though. Oh yeah. So, dude,
this guy does.
I'm like, this is the most random experience. So yeah, definitely rates on my top 5 of weirdest Christmas Eves I've ever had, including the one where I was in jail.
I feel like I've taken you away from there's. I feel like there's a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't just eat trace leche and then like all right, Merry Christmas, ho ho ho. I mean, like, were there like internet?
I'm like Santa. I come and go.
Yeah, you do. What? Were you barefoot and looking for a pack of cigarettes?
I
Were you eating Twinkies? You were eating Twinkies. Yes, you were eating Twinkies.
Dude, oh my gosh. Hey, did I send that thing to you, or did you send it to me about the air fryer Twinkies?
No.
Oh,
no.
I saw something about air fryer Twinkies. I'm like, dude, I am doing this. So I just got to go buy a box of Twinkies because I have an air fryer. I use it for corn dogs and pizza rolls.
Oh, it's good.
It came with a whole book of like recipes, and I threw that in the trash. I'm like, I only bought this for corn dogs and pizza rolls. Why would I want like real food?
Yeah, just supposedly people can like bake bread.
Why would you want to bake bread? You go to a store and buy bread. I can make my corn dogs have the same consistency that they have at a gas station.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
My kids said to me not too long ago, they're like, Dad, how come you never get sick? And I said, that's because I grew up on gas station hot dogs. And they did not believe me because they see those gas station hot dogs and they think they're gross. And I'm like, those are the best things on the planet, especially when the gas station doesn't clean the rollers. And so it has 30 years of grease congealed on them. People underestimate the importance of gas station food and its positive health effects on your digestive system.
So how come 7-Eleven can do the rollers so much better? Hey, wait a second. Speaking of, did I show you what I found?
No.
Well, I found a lot of stuff. Who made it? I can't remember who made it. Anyway, so you know the quest for the hot dog roller. Didn't you buy a hot dog roller?
No, but I'm thinking I want one for my house.
I found one.
I think I could probably put hot dogs in my air fryer though.
There is now, yeah, but I don't think it'll roll. There is a who makes it? It's like maybe it's like Oscar Mayer, man. It's really, I was like, what? Like it's like, you know, has like a brand name to it. It is made for the home. I mean, it is everything we talk. It has like a little like warming tray for your buns. I like warm buns.
I do
But
like warm
anyway,
buns too.
like in the reviews, a guy says, I'm a mechanic, and at 10 o'clock, I put my hot dogs on these rollers. He says by
Okay.
noon, you can smell these hot dogs all over the shop. He's like, man, I eat like 3 of them. And like people are usually have always stopped by to like kind of take my other ones. I'm like, I love just the fact that he told it the way I would have, the way I made me want to buy it.
I
This is
am
one of the best reviews ever.
I am completely distracted by the fact that there is an in-home hot dog roller and I don't have one.
Now I'm distracted by that fact too.
Is it on Amazon?
Where do you think I find it, man?
I don't
have
know.
anything but I don't know anything but Amazon. It is like I don't know. Ship outside the US. Yeah, I can do that.
Sure. Why would you want to ship outside the US?
I don't know. I thought,
You
well, I was
couldn't-
shipping it to you.
Well, yeah. Well, I live in Vegas, so it's an island of its own country.
Is it really? Has it become a country yet?
It feels like it. I started watching this show on HBO Max called Deadwood.
The way you say that, called Deadwood, it's like, yes.
It's yeah, it's I really like it. I really like it. I've watched like 6 episodes in a row, and then I realized I should probably go to the bathroom and eat something. So I did.
What is? Oh my gosh! Oh my. Okay, I'm getting ready to show you this.
Okay.
Dude, like, have you gone to the bathroom? Because
Today?
You might, like, after I show you this, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's it.
I had to go after I ate that hot chicken because it was like screaming for an exit strategy.
Oh, did you get hot?
Oh yeah, of course.
And you said the name of this place is Houston's?
Houston's Hot Chicken.
Never heard of it. Have you ever made it to Hattie B's?
Not yet. I gotta go to the Strip, and I don't like going down there.
I know. All right, hang here. Let me bring this up. All right. Do you see that?
I do.
It's the Oscar Mayer extra large 8 hot dog roller and bun toaster.
How much is it? I can't see.
It is $50.45.
Yes.
Now,
Dude, you need to text me that link.
They have a hot dog steamer. I'm not into that as much. And they have a hot dog toaster. I don't want that.
No, I want the rollers. Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. Look at that.
That's yeah. So now here's an important
power
question.
And roll. I love that. Power and roll.
Yeah, you got to roll and power.
Keep your chili cheese dogs warm and ready to eat.
Yeah.
Also grill breakfast sausages, egg rolls, veggie dogs, turkey dogs.
Veggie dogs.
Pre-cooked chicken dogs and more.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Who the hell eats a veggie dog?
Who eats veggies? Now, let's see. Okay, that's a weird thing. This corn dog maker. Here's a Coca-Cola like steamer. These little toaster things. No, I've seen those. Not good. Look at this thing. Look at how this is going.
Oh my god, dude! I am like, why am I'm buying this after we're done.
Now you look at this. You scroll down here. Here's the Elite Gourmet, Elite Cuisine. It's only 4 hot dogs, but it's $41.90.
No, I want one that has 8 hot dogs on it because if I'm gonna cook hot dogs, I'm eating 8 of them.
Oh, dude, at least. Look, it's got.
I wonder if you could put Johnsonville bratwurst on there too.
Well, it says you can put bratwurst. It's got 3,000 were bought this past month. It has 1,254 ratings.
And what's the average rating?
4.4 stars.
There you go. I'm sold.
Now, this worked beautifully on the wieners. I love a sentence like that. Only did 2 Hebrew National wieners. Absolutely delicious. Costco got away from the Hebrew National hot dogs a few years ago and went to Kirkland. They are not as tasty.
Nope.
I used 30 minutes on the timer. Didn't bother with warming the buns. I simply put them in a quart-sized Ziploc and defrost microwave, blah, blah, blah. Use it under the wieners. What's that? What?
I'm going to take that to work. and have that be my meal prep.
So, dude, here's the thing: you just
I could
make
probably
them
buy
and
an
sit there.
adapter and put it in my patrol car and then drive around
Yeah.
and then have those cooking on my way to my break. Dude.
Dude, it's like, well, they have those coolers that you plug in, in the cigarette lighter.
Yes, I want that, but for a hot dog roller. Did I tell you that I found a case of Dad's root beer sweetened with pure cane sugar?
Is that what that was? You sent me the Dad's root beer
Yes,
picture.
it's
Oh,
12
no
bottles
way.
of, yes. It was $18 for the case, and I'm like, this, I should have bought more because I drank one and it was like eating tres leche for the first time. It was so delicious.
Dude,
People do not appreciate the
pure cane sugar.
subtle differences of soda sweetened with pure cane sugar versus high fructose corn syrup.
You know what's weird? In Germany, Dr. Pepper is made with sugar.
Because the Germans don't like crap. Like
Well,
German
they like the pure breed stuff.
Yeah. I think there was a little kerfuffle, as the baker would refer to it, about pure breed stuff.
And look, Texas Gin Dublin Dr. Pepper is amazing.
Yes, it is. The problem is you can't get it anywhere but Dublin. They do that on purpose. They did.
Remember, I found some.
Yeah, they did, but they did that
for you.
I know, and I drank all of it, and then I was in like a coma for a day. You can get an adapter to plug in.
I still have to get those pictures sent to you.
Pictures developed?
I want to return some videotapes.
I have to return some videotapes. I'm going to start saying I'm going to go get some pictures developed. I'll be right back.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
So Buc-ee's.
Yes.
They have real cane sugar in the Buc-ee soda.
So you were saying that they have like an orange cream soda. Is that right?
Yes. Oh, they have orange cream and they have just orange soda.
I need an orange cream soda, and I'm gonna
a bottle of vodka.
Here's what I'm gonna do. No, rum. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take in like a flask full of rum, and while it's mixing in the cup, pour it in there. You just don't let them see it, because otherwise they'll think you're mixing drinks, and I guess that's frowned upon. There's a
so in Buc-ee's, have you been to Buc-ee's? Have you, or just are you enamored by them?
Yes and yes.
The men's room. Well, I haven't been in the women's room, but the men's room. They have little lights, little go lights. So not glow, but go. So like over the
yeah, it tells you when like the stall toilets is vacant.
Yes. And the stalls go all the way to the floor.
That is very.
So you just take your flask in there, fill up your drink.
Yep.
And then you go shopping.
There's a Quickie Mart around the corner from my house, and they have they have like a tropical flavored slushy. It is like strawberries, bananas, peaches, mangoes. I don't know, all those like exotic fruits that I can't pronounce. But I took some rum in there and poured it in the bottom of the cup, and then poured the slushy in on top. And the cashier saw me. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm making a mixed beverage," and I started drinking it. And he's like,
"You told me about that.
Cool.
I forgot about that."
And he's like, "Don't let the camera see you." I'm like, "What are they gonna do? Call the police?" I'm leaving. So yeah, but yeah, apparently that's frowned upon, but he didn't care, so it was cool. Good times. I think I've actually done that a couple of times.
When you're the number one customer,
they let you do whatever you want.
They'll let you do a lot.
I yelled at an old dude that was parked in front of the doors in the fire lane. He was in there playing, because in Vegas you have like gambling machines inside of your convenience stores, whereas like in other places you go buy scratchers. Here you just like gamble. And so this guy was like, no, he was playing video poker. And
oh man,
he was standing there, and I'm like, "Is that your truck right there?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool. I just wanted to meet the coolest guy in Vegas, because apparently you can't park like the rest of us can." Some fucking
no, you get to park like the rest of us aren't allowed to.
Yeah, it must be nice. So
what did he do? Did he pull up like?
He pulled. Yeah, no.
Parallel park on
Basically he just pulled up his like old beat up half-ton shitbox pickup truck and parked it right there.
I'm so disappointed you told me that. Like, and for some reason in my mind, I had a
Lexus, a Suburban.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? But no, a Lexus would that makes sense too.
Yeah. Some old lady yelled at me because I parked my big truck next to her Porsche while she was trying to wipe it down after the car wash. And I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, stay away from my Porsche. I'm like, I don't want to touch your Volkswagen, lady. Leave me alone. The Porsche people hate it when you call them Volkswagens. They hate it. And if you listen to it, it sounds like a fucking Volkswagen.
It does now.
It does.
So the Porsche deal, like that's always been like, you know, like if you think about it, for like I don't know, we'll call them a supercar, right? Like I mean, I know it's not like, you know,
no,
Ferrari
it's not a
style,
Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
It's like, you know, for high end sports car, right? $100,000 for 911,
right?
It's like out of all the cars, so it's like maybe you could get a, you know, it's like, well, why not get a used Ferrari or something like that? Well, the reason why is because there are Porsche dealerships in like little areas. It amazes me. Like, you know, you don't have to be that big of a metropolitan area to find someone who can change your oil. And anyway, then I don't know what happened with them. Weren't they trying to buy Volkswagen, and then Volkswagen did like a city shuffle on them?
I think Volkswagen owns Audi and Porsche.
They do.
So because I've seen videos online where guys will be working on Audis and they peel off like an Audi label and there's a Volkswagen thing underneath it. So it's like Lexus to Toyota or Acura was to Honda. I don't even know if Acura is even still around, but those like famous those high-end labels, it's like Cadillac to Chevy. It's you buy a Cadillac, you're buying a Chevy car. It's got a you know, like Lincoln to Ford. So yeah.
If you're a car person, then Lee Iacocca, he one time said the greatest moneymaker is the is GM, is the Cadillac, because all a big Cadillac was like back then was a what were those old cop cars?
The old Caprice
Classic Caprice. Yeah.
Yes.
He said that's all they are is a Caprice Classic with different badging.
Yep.
And they charge twice as much price.
Dude, price. you look at like you have the Cadillac Escalade. Okay. Everybody's like, ooh, it's a Cadillac Escalade. That's a fucking Chevy Suburban. It's just a decked out Chevy Suburban.
But it's French for rise above.
It's Cadillac Escalade. My Cadillac Escalade. It's like, grow up, dude. You're spending way too much money for something.
You know what? The leather seats still wear out at 50,000 miles.
It still has to go to the shop like every other Chevy. So, yeah. Yeah. So I'm not terribly impressed by those. But, anyways, so yeah.
I like the room of them. They have a lot of space.
Lots of room for activities.
You know what I like? I like the back seat to be a captain chair.
That is cool.
Those are cool.
Or you could just rip out all the seats and put like a big mattress back there.
I knew a guy who had a van once.
Yep. You know, it's funny is that's one of the things I always tell women. I'm like, yeah, I got an 8-foot bed. And then they see my truck and they're like, yes, you do.
Oh my gosh.
I like my trucks like I like my women. 8-foot boxes. Big boxes.
Speaking of boxes, so you know, I said last night I was so tired I slept with my wife.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting that one, were you?
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. She's like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Well, hopefully she's asleep.
No, we have a king size. No, she was in the chat.
You guys have a king size bed?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome because she sleeps alone on a king size bed. Good for her.
A lot of times, yeah. Most of the time. Because I don't sleep.
I know.
But she has 2 dogs. And last night,
big dog,
brown dog jumped right on the bed. And I said 1 second before then, I said, wait a second. do we have the braces on, right now? And so we need to check, make sure the bed's like level and everything. I don't know. And don't ask the details of that. Don't ask the details of that. Why do you have to check your bed? Have you ever had to check? Don't even answer that one.
Oh, dude,
Anyway,
I did realize
it's like a water bed. Have you ever been on a water? Yeah, never mind.
Yes, I had a
Those
water
things
bed.
pop.
Yeah, that's
You have
awesome
one?
until you have. I did at one time, but and then
With
it broke.
tubes or the big bladder?
Big bladder. It
The
was
big
like straight out of
bladder.
the 70s. So yeah,
That's awesome.
I think it was probably the bed that I was conceived on, truth be told.
You still have it?
I don't have it anymore. It broke. My water broke.
Dude, how do you? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know that.
Hey, did I tell you that I broke the box spring on my bed?
Yeah, that's what happened last night. So the big brown dog jumps
Broke
on
the box
bed,
spring?
and he goes, "Well, we don't have a box spring. We have it's a bed. It has a
Right.
big mattress on it, right? And it has slats, across. Anyway, brown dog jumps, slats go
Pop.
And I
Yep.
was like, you know what I didn't get to do?
What?
I didn't get to sleep with my wife.
No. Well, that's
That
worked out well.
Fix the bed. I was like, I am so tired. I can't do this. Like I was, like you know how we can complain about we can complain about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
You and I.
Mm-hmm.
And I was finding new ways to bitch about things that I didn't know was possible.
Well, variety is the spice of life.
It is.
Unless it's Miami Spice. Hey, girl. Dude, I found a thing on Amazon. It's like a box spring, but it's like a Tinker Toy set that you buy and you put it together, and it has a cover and it replaces your box spring, and it's weight rated up to 3,500 pounds. I'm like, dude, I could do some of the most craziest shit on that bed and not break it.
It's a box spring, but what?
It's like it replaces your box spring. It's a mattress frame, but it's not the frame. It basically is a substitute for a box spring, but it comes in a one box of like Tinker Toys, and you put it together. They're metal, and you put it together.
When you have a thick enough mattress, you don't need a box spring.
I like the box springs.
There's no spring in it.
There isn't anymore. It's basically just mattress foundation.
Yeah,
so it's a mattress foundation.
Plywood.
Yeah, well, and like I said, I broke it, so I need to get something better. And so this is made out of metal, and it's weight rated to 30. I'm like, dude, that is almost 2,000 pounds. That's almost 2 tons. You could park a small car on this thing, and it won't break. And then there is so many jokes that could go with that too. So it's so great. What's the load rating on your bed?
Not brown dog.
Not brown dog.
Yeah. Not brown dog.
Not brown dog compliant. Oh. So yeah, so right now mine makes all these like weird cracking and popping sounds when I climb into bed, and I'm like, well, that's great. Did I tell you I bought a memory foam mattress?
What is it? Pure memory foam?
Yes, it's all memory foam, and I hate it so bad.
It remembers all your secrets.
It does, and yeah. Okay, and here's the other problem.
So I'm glad you told me you got one and you hate it.
I hate it so bad.
I can tell you what happened to me. I can tell you because I was like, I can't interrupt you. He might like his. I don't want to ruin it.
No, I fucking hate it, and I'll tell you why I hate it in just a second.
Yeah, I tested one. Yeah, isn't that weird? You test a bed like to lay down on one. Right?
Yeah, you gotta lay down on it.
First time I was like, oh, this says like, this was made for astronauts. You ever notice like all memory foam stuff? It's not, you can't get memory foam anymore, but you can get the chunks. Everybody's trying to rip off my pillow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was before that. This was like just memory foam, like a big, thick memory foam mattress. I laid down on the thing, and all of a sudden I was like, I can't move. Like I can't get on my left shoulder. I can't get I'm like,
no, you sink into it.
No, yeah. Once it's like, I'm imprinted. I am
Yes.
imprinted in the memory foam. I can't move.
Yep. Yep. But that's
So what
not why
happened
I
with
hate
you?
it. That's
You
not why I
bought
hate it.
one?
So I bought one
Did
and
you not test it first?
I tested it. I laid on it. I'm like, oh, this is comfortable. I like this.
What's your sleep number, by the way?
I don't know what a sleep number is. So
The sleep number bed? You never seen those stores?
I've never sat on one. So here's why I will tell you why I hate
We'll
it.
have to do that next time I see you.
But I have to be very cautious about how I give this explanation because I don't want to offend some of the younger viewers.
I'm gonna stop.
Parental discretion advised. So when you're
Don't let your kids listen.
When you're in certain acts on a bed and you're on your knees and you're trying to push with your knees in a horizontally mounted lateral position, it tends to absorb the energy that your knees are pushing in. So you don't get the traction that you need. It absorbs the energy in a downward motion instead of
You got stuck
pushing
in the mud.
You basically, instead of going forward with your body, you go down with your body, and it's wasted effort. It's very it's very disgruntling. We don't have mud, but I will tell you that when I'm trying to get traction with my knees, yes, I have a coitus burnout.
There is
a coitus loss of traction.
In the South, we got red clay.
Yeah, and then it cakes up on your tires.
Yeah, and you get down, if you get into a field or something, and you got mud, and all of a sudden you start spinning your tires.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stop. Take your foot off the accelerator as much as you want to. You gotta stop. You don't want to. You gotta stop. It is against nature to stop.
Yes.
You're doing this. You're trying to go forward, right? You're rocking it. You're doing all the stuff you can.
The problem is you're not getting a rocking motion. You're getting a downward.
Nature's telling you to keep going, and you're just sinking.
Yes.
That's what happens. You sink. You sink in the mud.
I'm sinking in the mud instead of like moving forward. And so it has
you gotta go slow. Or you gotta get traction devices
or you just gotta reposition and change your approach angle. And so that's usually what ends up happening. So yeah. It is for sleep, it's fine. For other activities on the bed, it is 0 stars, do not recommend.
I can't imagine sleeping on it. Like I feel like I'm choking on it. Like
I mean it's pretty good because I only sink in like with the disbursement of your whole body weight, you don't sink in that bad. But when you have your whole body weight on 2 very small points, they sink right down in, and then you can't get your traction, and the results are not as satisfying. That's that. So yeah. So word to the wise, kids.
Beds. I don't like that. Hey, have you ever heard of the love sack?
Yes.
You know who turned me on to those? Well, I like the enthusiasm you say yes.
I like the love sacks. They remind me of like the beanbag chairs we had when we were kids.
Okay, there you go. So Texas Jen told me about those.
She did.
Oh, yes. And it was I looked at it and was like, oh, well, like, so let me find something that's a knockoff of this because China. And
right.
Anyway,
China.
Those are memory foam chunks now. They're not actual bean bags anymore.
No.
And it makes me wonder, like, what would a real bean bag feel like to sit in? But anyway, yeah, those love sacks are supposed to be really good.
That's not what I was thinking about, but I like it. I was thinking about other activities.
DJ Lewis has it right. Thank the
Lord
for good hard ground.
Yep. So, like I said, sometimes you just got to reposition and take a different approach angle.
Yep, but I'm saying I don't like beds. I mean, it's just I don't know.
So so yes, the love sacks are very comfortable, and if you could find a designer knockoff that's like basically the love sack, but not with the love sack name, I think it would be totally worth having.
Love sack?
Oh yeah, there's a love sack store.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So you go in there and you go.
You sit. Your sack? You can just sit right in there, and I say, I love this sack. And they also have couches, and I'm like, no, I don't want a couch. I want a sack. I want to sit on the sack, and I did, and it's so good. And I'm like, I want one. And then I saw how much they were, and I'm like, I don't want one.
So hold on, wait a second. You don't want the long one? You said
No, they have like
like
couches, like an
yeah,
actual couch.
with a back to it.
Yes, that's not. I'm like, why don't you guys just stick to selling sacks?
Thank you,
But
MLS.
like anything else, they just do the whole. They just do the whole. We're going to diversify, and it's ridiculous.
But if you're okay, so you're in like a sack couch, right? Like, doesn't that like when the back like just like when you flip over?
You would think
Not
so, but
so. I go to Amazon, and Amazon has like the Amazon Basics, which I like their basics stuff.
right.
But anyway, like it's they have like the round deals, like a bag, but then they
Hmm.
also have like you get to a certain size, and it's like was it like 5 foot round bag, and then it's like 6 foot oblong. And I'm like, what's the oblong? I saw an oblong yesterday. Wait, hold on, was that yesterday? Maybe like yesterday, I saw one at a place. It was a place. And anyway, I was like, "Oh, look, honey, that's one of those things." And anyway, the whole conversation got brought back up. But now that I've seen one, I think I like the oblong.
You know what? I
It's
could
like
see.
6 feet long.
And then do you sit like in it, or does you like lay back in it? Like it's like a hot dog bun that you're laying in.
Maybe kind of like a hot dog bunish.
Hot dog
It could be the
bunish, like,
wiener,
or yeah, you could lay down on the hot dog bun, and you're
but it
like,
doesn't really fold. It is like a tube,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like
a
you lay
huge
in.
tube.
Yeah, tube shaped items are always beneficial to have. But yeah, I love sack tube.
Did the sack store have neon lights?
Of course it did. Why else would I go in there?
Take a
I
nap.
yeah, there's that.
So but the tube, right?
Yes.
Uh, it shows people sleeping on them. Now, I don't imagine that being like a permanent solution for anybody,
No,
but it
I
seems
don't
like
think
that
that you
might be
could
fun for
actually.
a nap.
I don't think you could sleep on it long term and I move a lot while I sleep. I roll around, so I would probably
Yeah, you do.
fall off. It would be bad.
Secret about the expert. I have a fear of falling out of the bed.
Interesting.
I do. And
I was wondering why you had like the little rails on your bed. Makes
with the
sense now.
cuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta have cuffs and rope and whatnot. So because that's important. You got to be able to like tie yourself down at night when you're sleeping, or your partner, so they don't run away. It's like I haven't got my hours worked out of you yet. You can't leave.
I have a
When you pay for love by the hour, you got to get your worth out of it.
tenderizer.
The tenderizer.
You know what I did by pure accident? I swear it was.
It always is.
I thought about something so bad. I was like, oh my gosh. I took Diva to the dictionary Diva. I took her to a room.
Oh boy.
An underground bunker.
Oh boy.
A single room.
Oh boy. Did it have like hooks in the walls where you could tie people up to it?
You said that it had pegboard.
That is so great. That is so great. The stories she tells about her work trips are just they're perfect. And I think that how did Volstorm take that story?
I was really kind of terrified.
Miami Vice said she fell out of bed once. Well,
only once.
Only once, right? You're doing it wrong if you don't fall out of bed every time.
Dude, I'd like to sleep with 1 foot on the floor. And that's not all. Maybe that's what you need with the memory foam bed.
Maybe 1 foot on the floor. I usually end up with both feet on the floor.
That's the best, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was interesting. No, well, yeah, we'll just keep it there. But yeah, she does tell great stories about traveling.
Yeah, her
I
her
still get.
her her sexcapades on her traveling adventures are the best.
I'm really beginning to wonder what's going on there with that. Like
Uh,
she does, like she very easily could lead me to the rumor, or not rumor, but like the idea. My mind could drift, and it would
mm-hmm.
drift that like she is like, like those. What are those like maybe a dominatrix type thing? Like not that she would be the dominator, no, or
No,
maybe
she would
she would be,
100% be a dominatrix.
or she might like to be a sadist. She'd be like, that doesn't hurt.
That's what I'm talking
Oh
about.
wait,
She
that is what is reverse dominatrix? Have you ever thought about that? Like
a
someone
river,
who says
a
hit me harder.
masochist is a masochist. She does not. No, she strikes me as the kind of woman who would walk like you would be tied
She
up with
strikes
like
me. Period.
a rubber mask on your face, and she would like make you oink and like slap you, and like, and then who's a good boy, and they'll put like a pan of water on the floor and make you like crawl, do it on your hands and knees. I guarantee you that is what she's doing. This is her job. This whatever insurance or whatever scam she's got going is
Well, if you think
bullshit.
about it, in
It's
the movies, it's
bullshit.
always I was at a.
I'm calling it now. It's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. She pretended
Yes.
she was a dominatrix, but she's not. She's a
Yes.
hitman. So she pretends she's an insurance agent or whatever it is she says she does, and she's a dominatrix. So
I don't know what she does.
I don't know either. I just made that up because it sounded good. It sounds like so
Because
like.
it's always at an insurance convention.
But
There's
here's the
insurance
thing: is it's like
convention in town.
here's the thing. It's one of those jobs where you say, "What do? I'm an insurance agent," and you immediately don't want to ask any follow up questions because it's entirely too fucking boring. And so now that's the thing is, and it's like it's like the perfect cover for her. She's like, ha, 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 ha. Meanwhile, she's got like a fucking, a big old box full of every known implement to torture people with. So yeah, I think that's what it is. And then it begs the question of Volstorm and then actually it kind of explains why he is the way he is. Like,
Dude, I
so.
saw him get welts. Like he had blisters on his.
See, butt. I'm telling you.
I mean, dude, this leather strap. He tried to tell that story one time, and I caught him talking about it, and I was like, "Are you talking about what I think you're talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Why are you telling?"
See,
this story
she's got it's at home. It's like it's training. It's like
he was
practical
like
training.
these women, they wanted to take my belt and they gave me like little love taps, and I'm like, no, dude. Here's the thing. We started dropping money on him. It said beat him. I would never do anything like that. It wasn't me.
Right. It was not you. Well, it wasn't me. So, although now it's going to be, I cannot wait. Insurance sales, huh? Right.
Yeah,
do you do whole life term? Like, yeah, no.
Oh, it's life.
Dude, yeah. What was that movie? It was one of those Mission Impossible movies where his cover was he worked for like the State Department of Transportation.
That's Mission Impossible 2, which was written by
Haywood
who's the guy
Jabloni?
that did Star Trek and the Godzilla, fake Godzilla, Cloverleaf, and
I don't know.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what what's funny about it is I really love the first Mission Impossible. If you watch it, it's great. The second one, you're like, what is going on here? And then it's like maybe the third or the fourth I watched, and it was okay. And like I've never gotten back into them though because of the J.J. Abrams one.
I've watched them all, and including the most recent one, and I'm like, okay, God hoping this is the last one because they really have like overdone the series. But yeah, so anyways, that was his cover, and it was perfect because nobody wanted to ask follow-up questions. And so I think that's what Diva's like ultimate plan is. She's like, if I pretend I'm an insurance salesman, nobody will ask follow-up questions. And then she's off doing this other like crazy life. I'm here for it, girl. Go for it. Live your best life. I love it. And then also I think the things she's painting on the internet are places that she has like buried bodies of people that she's gone too far with.
I have one of those paintings.
I bet you if we went and searched, there's probably like a dead body there.
You know what? It's even weirder than that.
Is it like a Jackson Pollock painting?
Well, there's a tree in it,
Uh
and it looks strikingly like my penis.
huh.
Strikingly.
Oh my god! I hope she's watching right now so that she can enjoy this.
I
This
told
is
her.
so much.
I told her. I was like,
Oh.
"Oh, you know what that looks like."
Oh.
Turns to the left.
And what was her reaction to that?
Oh my, it does.
Oh yeah.
And she did a stream with Valhalla, and
yeah?
and he said, "Wait, David, that looks like a phallic," and so she tried to change it some,
Too late.
and I was like, "It's a phallic, all right."
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely beautiful. It is
Yeah.
mind-numbingly beautiful. I didn't realize the amount of talent that girl possesses.
I do.
And I know that there is talent that I will never know about.
I'm telling you,
she's in
she should.
insurance sales.
Yeah, and insurance sales is it's dreadfully dull. It's just conventions and meetings and yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 You know, binding agreements and
Mr.
you know.
Incredible was in insurance sales.
Yeah, he was. That was so great. No, he actually was like I don't even know. He wasn't a salesman. He was like
Oh, he was the
like the adjuster or something like
claims,
that.
yeah. The people nobody likes.
Yep. I'd hate to tell you to go to the third floor and go to room 17 with form 142A filled out in
that
triplicate.
Grandma never made it.
She never made it. She
wasn't
never made
ready
it.
now.
No.
No, she didn't. I felt bad for her. But
the bureaucracy exists for a reason.
I still can't get over your Christmas. That is,
dude. I'm telling you, that
John
was the
McClane
weirdest
had a story.
You know, I would rather have had to fight off terrorists in Nakatomi Plaza than be party to that weirdness. So yeah.
Did they invite you to anything like further?
It was weird. They asked me if they were like, "Hey, we're having a pineapple party, in a couple weeks," but an upside down pineapple party. That's the swingers. Yeah.
Swingers,
I'm like,
yeah.
Also, apparently, I just learned this is like pink flamingos is also another one. If you put a pink flamingo in front of your tree, I want to get like 30 pink flamingos and put them in front of my house just to piss off my neighbors.
Yes, flamingos are awesome. Christmas flamingos are great.
Yes,
flamingos are excellent. There's nothing bad about them. I'd never watched the show Boston Legal, but I love the clips from it.
Yes. Of William Shatner like shooting somebody or pulling out a gun or something like that.
Yeah, doing all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And there's a part in there. Evidently there's like an ongoing thing where him and who was the other guy?
James Spader?
Todd Floyd. Yes, James Spader. He says they're flamingos. And I'm like, that's awesome. I'm wearing pink too right now. I just realized this is getting a little weird.
It is weird. Did you ever? Yeah, so there's a show that James Spader was in. It was phenomenal called The Blacklist.
I heard about it, never watched it.
I liked that show. It kind of jumped the shark towards the end. I haven't watched the final season, but it's pretty cool because he's like this most wanted guy from like the FBI top 10 list, and he comes in and becomes like a snitch, and it's so good.
That's how Catch Me If You Can.
Pretty much. I've met that guy. He is not nearly as exciting in real life.
Frank Durabank or
the Leonardo DiCaprio character.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah,
Leonardo.
It's not Leonardo because that guy's ridiculous, cool. But
he seems really cool.
I do appreciate that he has like a very specific age cutoff for his girlfriends. So,
well, see, here's the thing about having that cutoff is that means that you're only going to be here for like 6 months.
Yep. Well, it reminds me of that character from Dazed and Confused. That's what I like about high school girls. I get older and they stay the same age. So,
no, see, I think it's much deeper than that. Think about that. You have a designated breakup time, so going into it that you're gonna on this day it's over. And then he dates another girl, right? The next girl. It's always the next girl.
Always the next girl.
And he can tell the same stories and the same jokes, and they'll all be new to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like he can say, I don't know.
It's true. Whereas like White Rabbit, she gets sick and tired of your stories because she's heard them 17 times.
Yeah, I only have 6 stories too.
I know. So, and they all start with this one time at band camp.
I never went to camp.
One time in Louisville.
I bought a baseball bat.
You bought a baseball bat?
Yeah, in Louisville.
Well, yeah. What else would you go to Louisville for? You wouldn't go there to hang out. Like you go there. Yeah, there's no culture. You go there to buy a baseball bat.
Yeah, that's one of the big selling points. It's it's on the river.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't remember anything about it.
I mean, there's only 2 things that I know that come from Kentucky. That's chicken and bats.
Bourbon supposedly does.
I guess, but I mean, I guess they have. I guess they have horses there too.
So yeah, I don't know about that. Oh, but speaking of horses,
I'm a rum guy. I'm not a bourbon guy. Who? What?
Gaston Glock.
Yeah. He was a socialist, so who cares?
Well, he was a sperm collector for horses.
Yeah. Yep, I know. I love everybody who buys a Glock and says it's Glock perfection, and they do everything to the gun.
They changed it 5 times.
Yeah, it's like, wow, so much for that Glock perfection. So I only carry a Glock when I'm getting paid. So the rest of the time it sits in my locker and it just rots because it's about all it's good for.
Well,
Yep.
They have a weird I was gonna say something what it feels like in your hand, but
it doesn't feel that way though. It doesn't even feel that good. Yeah.
No, it feels like somebody else's.
Yep. It feels like it feels like you're holding somebody else's hot dog. Somebody else's oblong sack. So
maybe we should go back to Tres Leche.
I could go for some Tres Leche right now. Holy cow!
Dude, I'm telling you what, man. The Costco Danish.
You said they were glazed cheese Danish. That I mean, and she says they're 2 for 1. I would have bought 3 more. I'd have gotten 3 more. I'd have bought 2, and I would have bought 2, so I got 4. And then that's just all I would have eaten for like a week.
Wait, hon. You get
how many come in a box?
Pack. You get 4.
That's it?
So I have 8. Well, I have 7.
Well, so if you buy 2 or you buy 1, you get 1. That's 8. But if you buy 2 and you get 1, it's 16. That's like enough that's like 2 a day. Like, dude, I can't do math unless it's like food or Dr. Pepper related. But I'm telling you, so that's like 2 a day. That's like a week. It's a week's worth of treats. Actually, it would probably be less. It wouldn't even make it a week. I would probably eat a pack a day.
You know what? Here's the thing. So, my wife, I was like, I cut it out. I brought it up here. I was gonna, I was like, I need something, and I cut it in half, and I said, would you like some?
Put it in the air fryer.
And she said, I don't know where that is. But anyway, she's like, I just want to bite. And my wife won't eat after people, or it's very interesting.
It is very interesting. She gets grossed out by that.
She cut off a bite. And I hadn't even touched it. All I did was cut it out. She cut off a bite. Seriously, a bite size. And she goes, oh, that's rich. She's like, oh, like I could never eat a whole one of those. Like they would make me sick. And I was like,
make you sick?
Yeah, it was so rich. I was like, oh, is it that bad? Like it's like, like too much ice cream or something? There's no such thing as too much ice cream. I just like to say there is. But anyway,
the best part about that is
my eyes perked up. I was like, I probably won't eat the whole thing. Oh my gosh, dude.
Did you eat the whole thing?
I did.
Good boy.
I've had, like I said, I got my steps in.
You gotta get your steps in. You gotta earn it. That's why I run on my treadmill so I can eat bad things.
Do you actually run?
Yes. I hate it. Like actually run on a treadmill. And I hate it. I absolutely despise it. But I do it so that I can eat bad food.
Can't do that, man. I'm not a runner.
I'm not either. I hate it.
I'm missing that gene.
But like I said,
Yeah,
I do it.
I lose my breath. I always have. Like, I've
well.
never been able to complete a mile.
I don't do like get on there for 30 minutes and run like just nonstop running. I do intervals where I run and then I slow down and then I run and I slow down. It's supposed to be better for you and help build up the cardiovascular system and the lung capacity and all that stuff, which helps out because, you know, when you smoke it, you know, your lungs get depleted of capacity.
You shouldn't smoke.
I heard that, but I still do. So,
it's bad.
Well, here's the thing is if you combine nicotine and caffeine, it makes protein and it's healthy.
Wait, nicotine and caffeine make protein?
Mm-hmm.
That's all great.
It's chemistry.
How come I've
it's
never
like
heard
science.
that before.
I don't know, but it's science. It's proven because they're both enes, and so is protein. So it works out good. So yeah.
I think Yamaha is put something up here for you.
Yamaha. I can't read that. What does it say?
It says he thinks it's odd. I dated a girl that had an obsessive need to wash the sheets every time.
I
like this kind of girl.
Well, I mean, you know what? God bless her. I actually went out with a girl that was the same way, and yeah, I was like, no, just leave it. I don't care. But she did, and so, yeah.
So you know what happened to me yesterday? This is the most disgusting thing. I say disgusting. Unenjoyable. I don't know. It sucked.
Okay.
So, you know, I was doing a lot of stuff yesterday, and I really wanted to take a shower. But again, like I said, I had to go sleep with my wife.
Yeah.
And instead of taking a shower, I was like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I was wearing a polo shirt. And polo shirts, they're not like the best thing to like do physical exertion in.
No, because they tend to absorb all the flavors.
All the flavors, yes. And so anyway, I took it off. I finally found a t-shirt I had slept in the night before. I love a t-shirt I've slept in the night before.
Okay.
Anyway, I put it on. It was cold. Oh, so
good. That is like, delicious.
Oh, this is so great.
It's like when you wake up in the middle of the night and you flip over to the cold side of the pillow.
Oh, so good. You know what happened? I had to get up and I started sweating again. I had to do more work.
You ruined it.
After I was going to bed with my wife.
You're doing it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah,
that's horrible. And let me tell you what, I laid there when I was done. I was like, I was in a clean, cold shirt, and now it is like
now you ruined it. Yep.
But I was like, this is the worst experience of my life. This is absolutely horrible.
Dude, I can't sleep in clothes. I only sleep in like pretty much. Oh no, I wear socks.
Lava.
No, I wear socks to bed.
Oh, you know what I wear?
Because I don't like my feet getting cold. And people think that's weird, but I'm like, I don't like my feet being cold.
Okay, so my mom has never been able to, like, she has maybe it's like a fear type thing of her feet sticking out from under the covers, like straight out, like if you pull the covers up here, they're too short type thing.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like I never would have happened to me if my mom wasn't obsessive about this. And then it's like, okay, this is weird. And my house shoes, man, they're awesome. They're incredibly awesome house shoes. And you notice I started looking again. So I have started falling asleep in them. And I'm like, this is just, I don't know how to explain it. They're just so cozy fun.
Yeah.
And also, you know, if there's a fire, forgot about that. So
but
if there's a fire or something,
you got like, you got like how you got feet. Like, dude, I bought these slippers at Tractor Supply. I love Tractor Supply. It's like one of my favorite places to shop. But they're like, they got fleece on the inside. They got like whatever leather on the outside, and then they got rubber soles, and I can wear them everywhere.
Yeah, I was told I can't wear mine. I got threatened by that.
What?
I have though. I was like, I'm like, oh look, I'm wearing my shoes. Um, but yeah, so mine they have flannel on the inside. They're whatever type of leather. They're from LL Bean, dude. These were a
My
Christmas present.
my granddad had a pair of those, and he absolutely loved them. So these are like my LL Bean knockoff slippers because I'm cheap and I don't like to pay lots of money for things.
You're
So
single.
I am single. I have to spend all my money at the strip club. I have to support single moms, and so, um, but they're perfect. And then I can go outside in them, take out the trash in my underwear. It is perfect. Yep.
Dude, they're amazing. Here's the thing with mine, and it's weird to say this. I just realized because I was gonna say mine are like only like a couple of years old, and I was like, well, what that like tennis shoes would be worn out, but the flannel, like the heel and stuff, like it has just it's worn out. But like everything about the shoe is perfect. And I'm like, I don't think you should have to ever buy house shoes. They're not like a tennis shoe where you're like the absorption,
Mm-hmm.
capacity, when all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff wears out. So I searched high and low for inserts because I wanted the flannel inserts.
Yeah. Well, of course
To
you
go
want
because it
to.
was already
Yeah.
flannel.
Yeah.
And ended up finding they're all made in China. And I'm saying to myself, I'm gonna have like a rash on the bottom of my feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be horrible. And something awful. And I was like flipping through the Amazon forest, and I find these that are like whatever, super like cheaper than all these like Chinese, like, oh, these are great, just like New Zealand fleece. Whatever. Okay, I don't care. They're
Right.
made in Germany. They're like Helga in Germany makes these. Makes
Oh,
whatever her name is. And I'm like,
Brunhilde.
all right, let's see if these suckers are real. Because for the price, I'm thinking they're knockoffs. Dude, they showed up. I was like, oh man, these are actually like you can tell they're German because like they're written in German. But like, here's the thing: I always figure like whenever you have like inserts, if you ever try to do that, like a Dr. Scholl's, like what I don't know what they're called.
They wear
They have
out
all
so
these different
fast.
kinds. They have inserts now, man. That like they cost more than shoes.
Yeah.
It's all like I was that what was it? Was that place Bass Pro Shop bottom?
Cabela's.
Thank you. Cabela's was so much better. They had like a machine you stood on, and it like told you what insert you should get.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing technology, amazing stuff. So like I'm like, okay, these things aren't gonna be good. I gave them a shot because they're German. Holy cow, man, they have never left my shoe. They're perfect. And I am now having withdrawals from where are my house shoes? They're gone. I'm wearing tennis shoes right now.
Oh, did the rabbit throw them away during the move?
Well, I had them on like 3 hours earlier.
Okay, so they are still present.
I blame the brown dog.
You probably carried them off. I would think the blue dog would actually carry them off.
Blue dog would just eat them.
Oh, there's that too.
She's like, no, I'm a pro now. I don't mess around with the lightweight stuff.
I'll tell you, dude, ever since I started wearing New Balance shoes, I will never go back to any other kind of tennis shoe or like sneaker ever again. I love those things so much.
So, yeah.
They're super comfortable. They're very supportive. They're like the best shoe, and they're made in America.
Do you use the American ones?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are nice.
Mm-hmm.
My shoe, like my new like thing with shoes, ons, not ons, but just on. They're
Okay.
Switzerland. They're Switzerland, and they're amazing when you put them on. Matter of fact, that's what I'm wearing. So it's very disgusting.
Okay.
But you know, on. So I got them because they were orange. I like to wear white shorts and a white shirt and wear my orange ons and go around going quack, 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 quack.
That's quacktastic. Yeah, good times.
Donald doesn't wear pants, man. He's my soul.
No, he wears a shirt. That's all he needs to wear.
I'm more interested in this lava, man. You got me. I can't stop.
Dude, I'm
thinking about
telling
that.
you, it is the best thing. And you get like ones that are made like out of a really light cotton fabric, and you just wrap it around and tie it off, and you're like, this is the best. Why
Yeah,
have I
tie it
not been
off.
wearing this for all of my life?
You know what? Okay, so I have a let me reword the way this was set in my brain, but
Okay.
not to come out of my mouth very good.
Yeah.
I want some new towels.
Dude, you should always get new towels. I buy my new towels at Sam's Club. I buy them like every 2 years. It's just a decadent little thing. And they're not terribly expensive, but it is so great to have like a fresh new towel that's like
Yes.
the
Yes.
pile is still good on it. Yes, it's like fresh carpet.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. They they wear out. But so there's a thing about Turkish towels. Have you heard about those? Oh, so weird, man.
No.
This is.
Do you get them in a Turkish prison
Maybe,
or in a Turkish bath?
They're Turkish cotton or Egyptian cotton made in Turkey. I don't know what that's called. They're huge. They call them sheets.
Oh yeah, like they're a bath sheet. They're not a bath towel. They're a bath sheet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you read the reviews of these things, it's like, oh man, like they're super lightweight and all this stuff, but like they are known for absorbing moisture really quick.
Moist.
This is just going downhill. I don't even know why the hell am I talking about this?
I have no idea how you got into towels.
I don't know either, man. Oh, you're talking about the sarong.
Yes.
So where is this kiltish wedding? Is it in a location you can disclose?
Yeah, well, it's at
not like don't give like the address because the open bar thing.
No, it's the golf course in Vegas, but it has a strip view. Fabric softener makes towels less absorbent. That's good information to have. I don't use fabric softener except on my underwear.
Like I throw like 2 or 3 sheets in every time. Like I put fabric softener in the wash and in the dryer. Now, granted, I'm not allowed to do laundry very often. It's usually when I'm like, I really need something. Well, then why don't you go wash it? I'm like, okay.
It's probably good because you're not very good with machines. So
no, they usually break. Well, yeah, I like to test the limits. So okay, so you're just at a golf course.
Yes. Awesome. On the 4th of July, and then there's going to be fireworks. I asked if there was going to be like bottle rockets available to like shoot at the other guests, and apparently that is now on the table as a possibility.
Roman candles.
Yes, that too. Roman candle fight. That would be great.
You know what I bet? I bet you have, instead of throwing rice, I bet you have sparklers.
I hope we throw firecrackers.
Oh, snap it.
Dude,
those things are so amazing.
So outside of Vegas, there is an Indian reservation, and they have the best store ever. You can buy alcohol, tobacco, and fireworks all at one stop.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about a government agency?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about a store on an Indian reservation where you can buy alcohol.
Oh yeah, they all have that.
Tobacco and fireworks, and they're all tax-free. There's no sales tax. There's no government excise tax.
The Indians are so lucky, man.
They really are.
I mean,
and then they have their own casinos and stuff. And so, anyways, it is phenomenal. I stopped by there yesterday. I went and visited the old kid.
Oh, is he Indian now?
No, he should be. I told him I was going to sell him to a band of gypsies, and I wish I had. And then when I got him a new stepmom, I should have sold him to Gypsies, and I could have had a 2-for-1 deal. It would have worked out really good. But I stopped by
Cher was a gypsy.
Cher is a gypsy.
She wrote a song about it. Sung a song about it.
I stopped there and I bought all of the aforementioned wares that they sell there. So it was quite pleasant. So because it's coming up on New Year's Eve, everybody was out there. And there was and they had great sales. So I'm gonna give the little son a pack of firecrackers to throw at his sister. I can't wait.
What's his sister? She's gonna just knife him.
That'll be great. It'll work out good. I had to buy her pepper spray. She was insistent that she needed pepper spray. And I said, I'll give this to you, but you can't spray little son with this. And she's like, I'm going to. I'm like, I can't stop you. It's America. Yeah. I can't wait. Yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm surprised she doesn't have a butterfly knife.
I'm surprised too. If I bought her one, she'd carry it. So little guy, I don't know if I told you this story. So little guy, I pick him up from school earlier this year, and he gets in my truck and he says, Dad, I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm 90% sure you're going to say no, but I'm like, well, ask anyways.
Law school.
Yeah, I know. I said, okay, well, ask away.
The answer if we're asking the question.
I asked the question. He says, what do you think about getting me a gun for my birthday?
Great idea.
And I'm like, I'm in. He's like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, like a little 22. He's like, yeah. I'm like, sold. And at the time, I had some friends who owned a gun store. They've closed down. But so we went over there, and he got to go onto the order page, and he picked out his own gun, and it was awesome. So yeah, best birthday present. He was like, this is the best. I'm like,
Now, why was he 90% sure you're gonna say no?
I don't know. I'm like, dude, I'm the one that you're gonna I'm gonna buy you guns. I'm the one that's gonna buy you guns. Yeah, I mean, the ex isn't gonna buy you a gun. She's also not gonna take you to get a tattoo or teach you how to pee on the electric fence. Those are the things that your dad's gonna do.
Have you ever noticed that there's a lot of reality TV shows where it's the mom and the daughter go in and get matching tattoos?
I don't watch reality TV. I don't watch reality TV. Although I do know some strippers with matching tattoos, and now it makes me wonder if they're mom and daughter. I'll have to ask that question next time I'm there. I'll get a roll of quarters and I'll find out and let you know. But yeah, it's yeah.
Wait a second, you know what? That just made me think.
Oh yeah, so I was having lunch with the oldest son yesterday, and he was telling me about how he wants to get a tattoo, and he was hesitant to bring it up at first, and I'm like, dude, I'm the one I'm the one that's going to take you to get it. I'll get a tattoo with you.
DNA testing has been done to prove any of this to be anything of relation, but anyway, go on. There's a little I'm the jury's still out because he's also an idiot. Sometimes I want to be like, son, there is no way you came from my loins. When we get home, I'm punching your mama square in the mouth. Oh my gosh. You know what? It's been at least 6 months since I've seen Smokey and the Bandit.
Well, you should repent and be baptized. So
if I had a TV, I would watch it.
That makes me wonder, is it on any of the streaming services right now? Let's see. I'm firing up the old Amazon TV. Smokey and the Bandit. On, you piece of shit. Work. What the fuck? I don't care about football. Smokey and the Bandit.
I saw Kentucky Windage shoot that.
Yeah, Kentucky beat UNLV in the whatever bowl game that they got invited to. So
Kentucky, I've seen. Is it football season? Dude, did I miss spring again?
No, it's for rent. I need to buy it. I need to buy the Blu-ray.
You need 4K.
I'm gonna buy Blu-ray and get this on and own it so that I can show my son's important media. I did show little son all of the old 80s Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, and now he wants to go hunt predators in the Guatemalan forest.
What was the last Schwarzenegger movie? If you think about the timeline of Schwarzenegger movies. What
That
is
was
the last one that you would suggest to anybody?
True Lies.
And it was probably the best. Oh my gosh, it just came out. It's not on, I don't think it's on disc. Oh, I just saw this today. Which also reminds me, have you ever seen The Abyss?
Yeah,
You a fan?
I love it.
Okay. Just came out, that and True Lies on 4K. It's never been the high top deal definition before, but The Abyss has a director's cut that's like 20 some minutes longer, and they say it makes it an entirely different movie. And this is what you should watch. It's everything. It's, you know, James Cameron did them both.
Yeah.
But it's like how, like, have you ever seen Aliens, the director's cut?
I didn't realize we were going to ask stupid questions tonight.
Yeah.
What the hell? Of course I've seen the director's cut of Aliens.
It does happen. Well, it's like how the director's cut is like, oh, like it has the whole story of like the background of Ripley, and like new is like, oh man, this is such a much more story. It's like it's more emotional and stuff. Like you just get into it. But like The Abyss is supposed to be incredible. Yes, you got to check out on. I know that what I saw today was Apple TV or whatever, bought from the App Store, the Apple Store, whatever that is, iTunes. And
yes,
$9.99.
Well, that's good. I need to do that then.
Mando has a extended cut as well.
Dude, what happened to Sully? I let him go.
Oh wait, is Vegas Rick new here? Miami Spice says.
Is Vegas Rick new here? Yes, I am new. It's my first time visiting. Hi, everybody. I'm Vegas Rick. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
I wonder how that got started. But anyway, what would be the last Schwarzenegger film that you would suggest? Oh, yeah, you said that True Lies.
True Lies.
Sad, isn't it?
Like he
went
it really
on from
went
True
down.
Lies to become governor, and then once he became governor, man, it's like.
And then he made like Collateral Damage, which was terrible. And then he made that movie where he was
the clone one.
Yeah, The Sixth Day. That was terrible.
Wait a second.
And then there was some movie where he was like a sheriff on a border town, and some dude broke out of jail and like had like the world's fastest Camaro or some shit, and he was like outrunning police.
Fast and Furious?
No, it was something even stupider than Fast. I liked the first Fast and Furious, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the other 18 of them that they've made, but yeah.
What is that movie? Hold on. I do have one. And not many people have seen it. Let's see here. What is IMDb?
He had some TV show that was on Netflix, and I started watching it, and I couldn't get into it.
The only good TV show on Netflix was Punisher.
Yeah, now it's on Disney Plus, and I'm watching that with little son too.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love that.
He is absolutely had to do a writing assignment for school, and he wrote Punisher fan fiction.
Wait a second. I do have two after True Lies.
Okay.
I liked Eraser.
Eraser, was that after True Lies?
Yeah.
Okay. That was pretty good. See, I thought it was before. I thought Eraser was before True Lies. You know, Jingle All the Way is it's pretty good, but it's I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, if I would, it's the last I could say that Schwarzenegger film. That'd be like, hey, yeah, I'd watch it. But here's the one that is never mentioned, and I think is grossly underrated.
Okay.
End of Days. Where he fights the devil.
Yes, that was a good movie. But it wasn't it wasn't very Schwarzeneggerian. Like it wasn't like his typical action movie. There wasn't nearly as much action. You think you're so bad? You're a choir boy next to me, a fucking choir boy. Great movie. It was a good movie. The part where the devil pees and then he lights his pee on fire, that was pretty impressive too. and
let's
then
see
walks
here.
up and
Where is-
tongue kisses that chick and grabs her boob in front of her husband. It's
and
like,
she gets
yeah.
turned on.
And it's like totally hiking his leg in front of, yeah, that was pretty good.
The director of End of Days directed Time Cop.
That was a good movie.
Well, it's a futuristic. I mean, you know, it's like Demolition Man.
You know, it's funny that you
Time
talk.
Cop.
So I showed little guy Demolition Man, and he loved that movie too. And it's fun. So my mom is big into dystopian literature,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
and like 1984, Fahrenheit 451, Brave New World, and she loves Demolition Man. And which is funny to me, but it is a great movie. And then I'm watching it with my 12-year-old, and the part with the boobs comes up, and he looks at me, he's like, Dad. I'm like, what? Boobs are boobs. Who cares?
Demolition
Anyways,
Man has boobs.
yeah, for like a brief second when he's sitting there like knitting, and then like the TV phone call thing turns on, and then she pops off. And so, yeah,
I've never.
now you're gonna have to go
Never did.
rewatch it to see the boobs.
That's true. So Matthew Self, yeah, he's in Legoland right now. That's what his gift was to his family.
That's pretty impressive. Is there? I wonder if there's more than one Legoland, because I know there's one in Southern California.
Yeah, he's in the one in Florida. Yeah, I don't see Matthew. Matthew's from like Louisiana or something. He's not.
See, that's why I was like, that's a long way to go. But
he did 20 miles in Legoland today.
Dude, that is so much walking. I like Legoland. I like Legos. So
yeah.
There was this group of dudes that got arrested here in Vegas. They were in the targets in the Las Vegas Valley for just Lego sets. All they were doing was boosting Lego sets. Target was out $165,000 because they were of Legos. They were still in it was just why I could never find the Optimus Prime Lego set in the store. And like now I'm gonna like do some overtime just so I can buy that for myself.
I saw Optimus Prime twice in the store.
And it transforms.
That's what makes it so special.
It
looks also just like it and transforms. Hey, have you seen that robot Optimus Prime that transforms?
It's like voice activated. Yes. I have.
Did you know they came out with a Grimlock?
No.
Dude, it's worth it just to watch the videos.
It's
made out of unobtainium, but it is awesome. They've also made a Bumblebee. And Bumblebee looks just like Bumblebee cartoon.
The old Beetle.
That's just it. Bumblebee doesn't transform.
Well, that's terrible.
He's not a transformer. If he doesn't transform, he's just a dancing robot.
He's just a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah. Oh, look, Matthew says that he can find Optimus as local Target every time he goes.
Show off.
I have a feeling with the way he buys Legos that Target may keep they may be like the top tier of Lego selling Targets.
Probably. Okay, so I'm on YouTube right now. I'm gonna watch this video.
Pull it up, man.
I'm watching it right now on YouTube, and I'm irritated that until just now you didn't tell me about this. Okay,
I just found out.
Oh my God,
it's amazing, isn't it? He talks and all that stuff.
Why don't I have this?
$1,600.
So my kids don't need to go to college. What? Dude, that is fantastic.
And what's funny about that is that there are so many people that were Grimlock huge fans. I mean, it's a whole Transformer nerd thing.
Because the Dinobots were incredible.
But here's the thing: I can't keep up with the new Transformers. They screw it up, man. They come up with something good, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were like re-release the original thing, but like it's easier. You know, they look more like they transform better. They look better as the vehicle and the robot. They're all the stuff. And they came out with was it it's with Hasbro, but it's Tamagotchi or something like that. He's the you can get all this stuff in Japan. Okay,
Of course
you can
you
get like
can.
a black Optimus Prime, but they don't come with the Autobots and Decepticon stickers. You have to buy those separately. But anyway, like they had
What?
like it's a 3-inch or 4-inch version of these things. They're awesome. Gone. They didn't even last.
Dude, I had a pizza delivery guy that was like he knew me better than anybody because I just bought so much pizza from him, and he had a whole like a 3-bedroom house. The guy lives alone. He has a 3-bedroom house. Retired Army guy. He has a 3-bedroom house, and it is full of Lego, or not Legos, of Transformers, of different like he's got the original ones, he's got the re-releases, because he saw my Optimus Prime 30-year anniversary release that I have.
Oh,
and
wow.
Dude, it's still in the box. It's so great. I love that thing. And it came with like a little plastic box you push in. Optimus Prime talks. It's so great. But it's like the original where he was the cab over Peterbilt with the trailer. It was so awesome. And he's like, I'll buy that from you.
New, what's that? Is that Mack truck? The new one?
Well, the one from the movies that they did with
Probably a Volvo.
that dude, it was a Peterbilt, and then they went to, I think they did go to a Mack truck. And I'm like, okay, yeah, now it would probably be like a Tesla electric truck, which would
That might be cool though.
No,
just recharged with lightning. Not
yeah.
So
but
look at this, Matt. He bought the Ferrari Daytona Lego, like the 18 plus. What are those called? Like the real hard to put
the Technic.
Yeah, all like whatever that stuff is, the high end. He bought that and then carried it around, and then his next time and it weighs 20 pounds.
Just
a lot of Legos.
Worth it.
Yes,
worth it.
Oh, excuse me. He said 30 pounds.
Why wouldn't you? You would absolutely buy that if you could. You're at Legoland. That's what you would do.
They always have to have something special, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I still want the Millennium Falcon.
Or
the $800 one.
The Lego Death Star.
They don't make that anymore. They have here's the thing, like I don't want any of these things. I don't want any of these things. I can't do anything with them. The only thing I would want of any of those things are like movie related stuff, because I'd like to put them like, around the TV, but I don't have a TV, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing now
they already have that in Legos. Sorry, what?
It's time to buy a bigger TV
because it's Super Bowl time. It's usually that's
it's after Christmas sales. Like, this is the perfect time to buy a new TV. Now you can get like the big 80-incher that you've always wanted.
80.
Dude, I did see there was like a 103-inch LED TV, and I saw that and I'm like, holy cow. It's still it was like 13 grand. I'm like, dude, this thing will get cheaper. I'm waiting. Once it's down below like $3,000, I'm gonna go max out my credit line at that store and buy it. And then I'm gonna put my 75-inch in my room.
Why am when you said that? Why did I think about your space mattress?
My space mattress. Yeah, I'm telling you, the space mattress, yeah, it's good for sleeping, not good for anything else, kids. If you're thinking
don't eat peanut butter and jellies on it.
Yeah. Totally absorbed. It's like a sponge, like a wet sponge. So it's like having, adult relations on a marshmallow. It doesn't work, but you can totally do it for sleeping. It's fine.
Marshmallow might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You have that light hint of vanilla smell. You got the the powdery coating. I'm sure it's just cornstarch.
Especially if it's slightly toasted. So,
Mhm.
Miami
I've
Spice,
never
I do
had
agree.
a
Size
s'more.
does matters. Size absolutely matters. She is not wrong. Size does matter.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, she goes 80 inches. Size matters, and
No,
then
no, no. She says size effing matters.
well, that's the original saying.
Yeah.
That's
Wait a minute. What is it? What is Self saying? 85-inch Hisense 4K smart TV. $800.
Walmart.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to Walmart or Best Buy tonight. So, yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine a 100-inch LED TV? Like that would be like being in a movie theater. Which, by the way, I tell you, I took the kids to go see a movie last weekend, and it was, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Problematic.
It was horrible.
Oh,
It was horrible. Like
the experience, the movie.
well, I mean, it was a kids movie, so like it is what it is. But like the experience was horrible. There's like 75 fucking kids in this movie, and they won't shut the fuck up. Their parents are just as loud and obnoxious. I'm like, I spent way too much money. So I did do this. I was at Target one day, and I love shopping the clearance aisles because there's always good deals. And I found like this canvas bag that looks totally girly. And I bought it for like $5. And so I told my daughter, I said, we're going to call this the car. She's like, why is it the car? I said, because it's going to transport snacks in the movie theater for us. And so we go to like the gas station and we buy all the snacks in there.
Coyote.
It's the Coyote. So we put it in, we smuggle stuff in there with it. So you go in there and you buy like bottles of like, Dr. Pepper and like Milk Duds and hot tamales, and you throw it in there. Movie theater stuff. And you throw it in there, and then she puts her little purse in on top of it and carries it in like it's like her purse. Perfect. And nobody ever questions it because she's carrying it. They don't even look in it. They're just like, okay, cool. And they scan the little QR code and you walk in. And so that's the only saving grace is that I did buy popcorn because, I mean, you're at a movie theater, you got to buy popcorn. So I did buy popcorn, which is outrageously priced. But I did buy the big bucket of popcorn so that you can refill it, which is good because we refilled it like 3 times. So, and then we took some home. But I tell you, there is no reason on God's green earth to buy concessions anymore. Just sneak it in. Who cares?
Well, it's I don't know. I don't need the concessions. What I need a good experience. And like, so there's one movie theater that I like, and you can, of course, it's welcome to the world of, you have to tip everybody, right?
Oh,
it's kind of like a tip where you go online and you get your tickets. But then you have to pay like the service charge. I'm like, why is it a service charge when I don't have to talk to anybody?
So what you're doing, like the computer gets
I'm doing
charge?
your work. Yeah. There's a service charge for it. Like, Ticketmaster, all those Ticketmaster service charge. Like it's $50 to see Tom Petty. That'd be actually a good investment. But anyway, there's another $50 with taxes and fees and service charges. I'm like, what is happening here?
Anyway, I mean, seriously, like it's all through a computer. Nobody is talking to the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't print out anything. It's all on my phone.
Biggest rip-off in the world.
Oh, of course. But
But anyway, this one theater, you go in and you pick your time of day, and which theater you want to. And its big thing is the they've got like whatever movie it is. They've got one with the newest George Lucas THX or whatever it is. The sound, right?
Right.
And so that one costs like $1 more. There is no such thing as a matinee anymore. I'm getting way off track. I like this theater because it shows you the map of the theater and the seats that haven't been bought yet. So you can buy your own seats. You get where you want to sit in the theater.
Yes.
And then when you go sit down, they are automatic. Or I say automatic. They have like push button. They're electronic though.
Yes.
I'm not trying to stay there. Recliners, and I'm like, oh, like this is so nice. And it's a wide, it's a wide seat. You're laying down basically, But the theater's built that way for seats to lay down. So it's not the rocking chairs. God, I hate those.
Oh yeah, the tiny little like plastic buckets you had to sit in.
Yeah, and they have cup holders in each thing, and I was just like, it is so worth it. If you're gonna see a movie, it's worth the price of admission.
But now with like Amazon, you wait like 2-3 weeks, and then it's like early release, and you can rent it at home, and it's a fraction of the cost. I can have a pizza delivered to my house, and I can sit in my house, and there's nobody jabberjawing. So I'm like, why do I want to spend all of this money to go to a movie theater? But the kids are the ones that are like, hey, we want to go. I'm like, okay, fine, we'll go see it, I'll take you. But I'm like, I don't want to spend this money for people to just jabberjaw the whole damn time about stuff. So yeah, it was really annoying. I'm like, this is terrible, but I endured. Christmas must endure, which is a line from one of the best Christmas movies that have come out in recent history.
What's that?
Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell as Santa.
Oh, on Netflix.
Yeah, he yep.
That's very good.
He traded in the Pork Chop Express for Santa's sleigh, and yeah.
Oh, the pork chop.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Do you think they'll ever actually do a remake of that?
I hope not, because it was perfect the way it was.
Like, you're gonna kill me. I've never seen The Thing.
What?
The Thing?
Oh, The Thing. I thought you meant you'd never seen the whole thing. Like,
no, the movie The Thing.
Oh, I have not seen it all the way through, so we need to add that to our watch list.
So wonderful. That's so wonderful. What was our big watch list? What was the main one that what was it?
What did we watch? I think we watched that.
We did watch Dune. Yeah.
Which wasn't terrible, but
here's the thing about that. So I think about that movie a lot. I'm like, I'm gonna have to watch it again because it's like I'm not knowing the story. Like you did. You enjoyed it much more than I did. I don't know anything about Dune. It was my very first experience to it, and it was hard for me to keep up with because I have no attention span and I sleep easily when not stimulated.
You did fall asleep.
Yeah, I do. Well, if it bores me, I'll fall asleep now because that's I don't. Here's the thing: I don't sleep normally. I just take naps.
Yes, you're like a cat.
I'm more like a dog. Like cats, they sleep like 20 something hours a day.
That's true.
But anyway, what's the Dune, since we watched that, right? I have noticed like people are just like it's gone to like it's becoming a cult classic, and the sequel still hasn't come out, has it?
No, it's supposed to come out this year, but the Dune, the funny you say it's a cult classic because the original movie they did from the 80s is very much a cult classic. And it's
Sting.
Well, there was Sting, and then Captain Picard was in it. And
before he was Picard?
Before he was Picard. And
he
then
had hair?
He did not have hair. He still was bald.
He's still French.
The guy from Twin Peaks was in it, which was
I know you're talking about.
Trippy ass TV show. I liked it.
Wait, that's a bar.
There is a bar too, but that's not a good bar.
No, it's kind of like low class Hooters.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to steal Hooters' idea without telling us that they're stealing Hooters' idea. So, anyways, so that is a cult classic, and so watching it, but the source novel is like 500 pages long. It's ridiculous.
Have you read that?
Oh God, no! Are you kidding me?
I don't know, man. You do a lot of reading.
I do read, but right now I'm still reading the Union Pacific Engineers Manual. So
tell me about that. So did you have to pay for this manual?
No, I downloaded it for free off the internet. It's like 234 pages. It's a PDF.
I have one. I have several I need to send you. Like I collect PDF books. That's what I like to say. Truth is, I know I'll never read it, but I like the idea of thinking I would.
Yeah.
So
it's like Ron Burgundy. I have many leather-bound books.
I saw that movie once and didn't like it.
Well, fair enough.
Is it worth a second watch?
I mean, if you didn't like it the first time, probably not.
I didn't like Big Lebowski the first time.
No, I find that surprising.
I do too. He's such an ethos. The Tilted Kilt is Texas Jen's favorite spot. That's where she likes to.
The Tilted Kilt. Also, I take that back. The source book was 896 pages, not 500 pages.
That's like longer than the Bible.
Yeah.
So you know what's weird?
What?
Speaking of the Bible, remind me of this. I have. Do you ever see like what a paper encyclopedia?
Yes.
Do people even know what do your kids know what an encyclopedia is?
They
Or
do.
is it just Wikipedia?
They do, but I don't have one anymore. Also, I'm wondering like how many people there in internet land actually know what an encyclopedia is. It was like the internet in book before the internet became a thing. Just, to catch everybody up real quick.
So I read the encyclopedia growing up.
Well, yeah, you had to read it to
they were
learn.
short little, like, they were like the internet, like short little clips of knowledge. Isn't that weird? Like, who reads that thing?
I don't think you read it. I think you use it as a reference.
Well, I referenced the entire thing. And then, I'm an only child. So a lot of problems.
I grew up a poor white child.
I did. And I read the Bible, and I don't remember anything about either of those two books. The Bible or...
I remember reading the part about Jesus was born, and then he died.
I love the book of Job, and I don't know why.
Apparently, Jesus came back to life. Spoiler alert. The book of Job, yeah, that is kind of strange that you would like that book, but I feel like that's like a precursor to being married. I wonder if Job had to sleep with his wife too.
I didn't have to. I did.
Yeah.
So weird.
I guess you could have slept on the floor.
Woke up with her too. Woke up to her with her.
Well, that's good. I mean,
have you ever had that fear?
You roll over and you're secretly hoping she turns into someone else? I mean, no, I've never had that fear.
I think we need to change what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Oh, could you imagine if like I was there and you were sleeping in the bed and she woke up and I was laying there next to her? It would either go hilariously awesome or terribly bad. There would be no middle ground with that.
She might I think that might be bad.
I think it would probably
like she scares me. Did I tell you that I discovered she had superpowers the other day?
No, what are her superpowers? Does she fly or turn invisible?
The blue dog is off on its merry way. We've lost another pincher collar. How do we lose those? Maybe Diva's taking them. Anyway, the blue dog will not listen without a pincher collar, right? And it just starts, I'm gonna go, here I go, and just like keeps on walking, man. And this dog, I mean, it is incredibly strong. I mean, well, it's pulled her down before, but she wasn't ready for it.
Well, the rabbit also weighs like 100 pounds, wet wearing boots. So
who does? The wife?
Rabbit, yeah.
So the dog's going this way, and she's like back this way, and she's like has to like close the door or something. She's looking at this, and all of a sudden I see the dog, like she is like still walking, but going backwards. And I'm like, what is happening here? Like my wife is somehow like it was so like a superhero thing, like where like like Clark Kent doesn't want to show off that he's Superman, his bouts of strength. It was the weirdest thing. Like I really was freaked out.
Maybe she has this time stone and she like reversed time and like the dog came back.
But he was walking forward.
That is weird.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like time was going backwards. But I wasn't going backwards.
Maybe you were outside the time loop. I don't know. That's weird. But I definitely would be concerned about that. You should definitely keep an eye on that because that could.
I just keep her happy.
Well, there's that too.
That's the main thing. So, speaking of the Infinity Stone, what do you think about the multiverse?
Boring.
What is this time travel stuff they're doing?
I don't know, man. Here's the thing. Like, I get it with Endgame. It made sense to go back, but I'm like, okay, fine. But now it's like we're in the multiverse. I'm like, okay, it feels like you guys ran out of story ideas, and so now you're trying to make up new stuff that's stupid. Plus the fact that half the characters are just catering to stupid agendas. It's like this is not what Marvel is supposed to be. It's supposed to be entertainment. This is just
like I don't even know who the bad guy is anymore.
Well, I don't either. I watched the Loki TV show, yes, the second season was just atrocious. Like this is.
What about did you see that white Batman?
The white Batman
in Egypt.
Oh, Moon Knight.
Yeah,
yeah, I did watch that. The old son likes Moon Knight. It was all right.
We gotta talk about his tattoo. Don't forget that. But anyway, so is that his Indian name? Moon Knight?
Moon Knight, probably.
That's cool. So yeah, like that, like I watched it, I was like, I wanted to like it, but I felt like I was like, man, this is like, those movies are like they need to end. And it's like,
yeah. And then all of a sudden, like random like Egyptian like pharaohs or whatever are popping into people. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm done here. Yes, but I watched it, so yeah, it was all right.
Miss Marvel or whatever?
No.
No, is that what it was called?
I don't know. Maybe I did not watch it. And I tried to watch She-Hulk because I like the Incredible Hulk, and I couldn't. No, he wasn't in it the whole time. He was only in like 2 episodes. I'm like, okay, boring. So yeah,
I have a thing about so Mark Rufio or whatever he plays the Incredible Hulk, right, and I didn't know this, but after Endgame, all the Avengers got tattoos.
Except him.
And it is like a small, like it's like a quarter or like maybe like a silver dollar type. And it has all of somehow the artist has all of their symbols all into one round. It looks really cool.
Right.
And of course, it was a YouTube short, and it was Robert Downey Jr. talking about it, and he said, yeah, we all got one. It's like, I got one, and then so and so got one. Hemsworth, whatever his name is, got one. He says, and then like Thor, he's like, finally he relented, he got one, except for Mark Rufio, because he was like, no, I'm not gonna fall into that total Hollywood BS. And Robert Downey Jr. goes, which I really respect out of him. I was like, that is, I don't know. It's just great.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I mean, just
you should watch the real thing, not what I said.
Well, I believe you. I just like I laugh when these actors are like, well, I don't want to get typecast. You don't want to be making movies that make you money. Like, why else do you become an actor?
Yeah, I would hate to be called I would change my name legally to James Bond. I would change my name.
Would 100%. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I don't want to be typecast as James Bond. And then you look at Pierce Brosnan, and like all the movies he makes now are like James Bond type things.
Everything is James Bond. And it was even before when he was that other guy.
Remington Steele.
Yes.
Yep. And then he tried to do that remake of the art heist movie with Rene Russo. And
I liked Rene Russo.
I do too.
What was that fetish from? Probably
something to do with redheads, I'm sure. Yes. Lethal Weapon. Was it 3 that she first appeared?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the cop killer bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shot the bad guy through a caterpillar plow
Yeah.
with 9mm. Those are great.
Yep.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah. It's like, this is so unbelievably ridiculous. Cop killers, ex-cop killers. Yeah.
Oh, it was. And then the fourth one that had Chris Rock in it, didn't it?
I think so. And then it had that Asian guy Jet Li in it too.
I've never seen a Jet Li movie.
I haven't. I only Jet Li movies I've ever seen are The Expendables.
Oh, hey, speaking of movies, back on the Marvel thing, right? You're talking about like Moonbeam.
Yeah.
I saw Black Man, Adam. What's that called? Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see that?
No.
I surprisingly liked it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was different. But
Well, there's the new Water Thor movie has come out, so apparently that's like supposed to be pretty good.
Water Thor. Oh, Aqua guy. Is it out? You said?
I don't know. It might be. So it's definitely probably not
paying attention to it.
I'm not either. That's going to be one of those ones when it hits HBO Max that I'm going to watch. So,
have you seen The Flash?
I did, and I was seriously disappointed.
I've not seen it, and I'm going to watch it though.
I will tell you this: if you need to watch the Flashpoint Paradox first, if you have not seen it, which I'm sure you probably have.
The cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah, I've watched it like 7 times. I'm pretty sure I don't know what's going on there.
Well, he time travels, and then he's not Flash, and so there's a lot of stuff lifted out of the Flashpoint Paradox into that Flash movie.
So you kind of understand what's going on if you've seen the paradox.
Yeah.
Okay, so this all goes back to, man. It's time
although
travel.
It does have like Michael Keaton's Batman in it, so that's much better.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
Did you know that Batman is the only one where they made the cowl to look like his face?
Yes.
That's why the eyebrows and everything look so really good.
Mm-hmm.
So the time travel, going back to all, so the Avengers Endgame, like they're talking about, like, what do you mean it doesn't work like that? There's a short pulled up the other day, and it's like, oh, well, he's like, no, it never, like the Hulk guy, Professor Hulk, is like saying, no, it never works like that. And then like Brody or whatever his name is like, yeah, we're in this movie and this movie and this movie, and at the end, Hot says, what? He says
like, what did he say?
So Back to the Future was all BS.
Yeah, that can't be right.
I'm like, Back to the Future is the only time travel that makes sense to me.
Hot tub time machine, time cop.
Yes. Yeah. You can't interact with your older self, and everything you do in the past will change the future. Butterfly effect.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what bothered me about Endgame so much. I'm like, I hate time travel. Whenever there's time travel now in movies, they mess it up.
That's true.
Star Trek 4 got it right.
Yes. They did, because nothing
Nobody
changed.
even missed those whales. Nobody missed those whales.
No, because they were already out in the ocean.
Yeah. And was that chick? What was she? Nobody missed her either, because she smelled like fish.
She did. And she drove an old boxed out Chevy pickup truck with a tire iron under the seat. So the question is did the guy on the bus, did he change his life after getting neck pinched by Spock?
He became Joe Biden.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
Well, things happen. It always happens. Anyway, anything else happening?
Did I ever tell you about the time I did a car stop on one of the DeLoreans from Back to the Future?
Did you have a fake license tag?
It did. That's why I stopped.
That's right. You did tell me about that.
Yeah, it had the barcode license plate on it, and it was actually one of the movie props, and it had been signed. the visor inside had been signed by Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox. And I'm trying to remember who else. There was like a couple. I think the director had signed it, and there was like another person. And so it had been they got done filming the movies, they gave it to Universal Studios, and it was stored there for like people would walk by and look at it. And then Universal Studios sold it, and this guy bought it at auction, and it runs. And so he drives it, like the lights light up inside, like the flux capacitor, the whole thing. It's really cool.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
But the thing about DeLoreans that people don't realize is they don't sound cool when they run, like when they drive. They have these cheap little Volvo engines in them, and they sound hideous. And I was so greatly disappointed when I heard it in real life. I'm like, this doesn't sound anything cool like they did on the movie.
It's what's the reactor called? Mr. Coffee?
Mr. Fusion.
Mr. Fusion. It's Mr.
Yeah.
Fusion. And
It had Mr. Fusion on top of it too.
so how'd this guy get this?
He bought it at an auction. He
How would-
apparently what he does is he has a company that they buy movie cars,
Yeah.
and then they trailer them around and they show them off at shows or whatever. He showed me pictures. He had one of the Christines from the Stephen King movie. He had one of the Ecto cars from Ghostbusters, and then he had another one. I can't remember the name of it. I think he might actually he had a Mr. T van, and he had a General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard. So he had like 5 or 6 of these cars,
That's
and so that's it. Like, so they trailer them around and they take them to shows and conventions and stuff. And I was like, dude, this is so cool. I mean, to be able to say that I did a car stop on a silver DeLorean was, yeah, definitely. And I got to sit in it. It was cool.
They're all silver, right?
They are all silver.
Hey, check this out, man. This is the greatest compliment I've ever gotten. Check this out. We are clearly nothing like Seinfeld.
Yes.
That is awesome. I don't have the little fake mullet, or of course I have way better hair.
I didn't ever watch
No.
Seinfeld. It's
No,
funny.
I never watched it.
Now
Because I'm
the internet's gonna like light up because
yeah, I know. I hate when people always say, "Oh, that's just like Seinfeld." I'm like,
I never watched Friends either.
What are you talking about?
Seinfeld, Friends.
Never saw Friends until recently. It's on HBO, and the White Rabbit made me binge watch it. And you know what? I wasn't disappointed. It was all right.
It was all right.
But because like when you're binge watching, right? Like that is total me time.
That's true.
If you fall asleep, see, that's the main thing. If I can put something on, get the gist of it, and get a little nap in, I've killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Didn't that slogan come from Jason and the Argonauts, or the Giant?
If I can get the gist of it.
2 birds, 1 stone.
2 birds, 1 stone. Probably.
I think so. Because he killed that giant guy with a slingshot.
I think that wasn't Jason the Argonauts. That was what was that movie called? Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
That was a surprisingly good movie.
It was a good movie.
But no, Friends I was surprised about.
Well, that's good to know.
And you know what else is funny is that guy died.
Yeah, he died in his hot tub.
He did not have a hot tub time machine.
No, if he'd had a hot tub time machine, he totally would have survived.
He would have. But then we had a reunion. And so like we hadn't seen the reunion, and then he passed away. So we watched the reunion. And I think he had already died by the time they were doing the reunion.
Maybe.
He looked like a bloated fish.
He did look like he was dead and talking. I had to watch that with daughter, and I was like, this is horrific, but she liked it. So, yeah.
Cindy Crawford came out. That was nice.
That was nice.
Yeah,
it's always a win-win. I swear she doesn't age, and that's
what's beautiful about her. She is. Do you think she smells like cinnamon vanilla?
I think she does. I think, yeah, her and like Christy Brinkley.
See, I'm always imagined Christy Brinkley smelling like bubblegum.
Ooh.
Don't know why.
She was on another show that I never really got into. Was it Parks and Recreation? or Parks and
Love
Rec.
Parks and Recreation.
I like the clips on YouTube because I can watch 2-3 minutes of it and get
You get to know everything.
I know what I need to know. And apparently she was married to like the old dude, which totally threw me for a curve. But God bless Jerry for
Oh yeah, Christy Brinkley. Yeah,
yes, yeah. And then they had like
That
3
was
daughters,
awesome.
and they were all like supermodels, played by
Christy
supermodels.
Brinkley's 70.
It's just insane
That's
to me.
awesome. It's awesome.
How old she is, and she looks like she was in vacation. So yeah,
she's absolutely awesome. But yeah, it's a I don't know. Bubblegum.
That's possibly. It's funny is I look at like Jennifer Lopez, and I would imagine she smells like. Well, I think she would be sticky if you touched her.
Oh yeah.
Like if you put your finger on her skin, she would be sticky.
Oh, what's that stuff? Like coconut oil, but not smelling like coconuts.
No, she would no.
What is that smell I'm thinking of? It's horrible. We're boring. That is awesome. The most electrifying people on YouTube, and we're boring.
Well, who said that?
Cefamundo.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know anybody.
I don't think that people on YouTube really are things. I think they're like
they just come in and make stuff up. And
it's Cybernet. It's like hello Skynet.
It is.
Cyberdyne Systems Model 101. Very nice.
No, people get upset because you're not talking about other channels, or you're not talking about some missing person deal or whatever. That's work.
Yeah, I know.
You don't come on here to talk about work.
True crime. Yes, let's talk about true crime. You want to talk about real crime? Yeah, let's talk about it. If you want, we can. Good. Yeah, cars get broken into because people leave their cars unlocked, and then they're surprised that their stuff gets stolen. They're like, "Wait a minute!" That
amazes me. About like 90% of car break-ins are because people leave their doors unlocked,
and then they leave guns in their car, and they're genuinely shocked and surprised that their gun got stolen. It's like, well, you left your gun in a car unlocked. You can't really be that surprised. So yeah. And then you have like a brand new housekeeper, and you showed them where you keep your safe with your priceless artifacts in it. And then a week later, the safe is stolen. Like, are you really surprised? You shouldn't be. Like, don't tell people about stuff like that. That's stupid. I think Jen wants to go back to talking about sex and mattress and knees. So,
yeah, she does. Does she have any input?
That's a good question. Does she? Does she have a recommendation for a better mattress to solve my my coital loss of traction problems?
What is the best mattress? Well, see, I don't believe in mattresses.
I think that probably like a spring mattress, because you're going to catch the springs with your knees and get your forward momentum.
But okay, here's the thing. What if the springs squeak?
Well, then as Homer said, it's a squeaky mattress, a squeaky spring symphony. The bamboo mattress. I don't want to sleep on a tree.
Like John McCain? Not McClane, but McCain. Did he sleep on a bamboo mattress?
Yeah. I mean, is that what we're doing? Like, I'm going to go harvest bamboos and then sleep on it? But it's always better on the floor. Okay, well.
4 on the floor.
4 on the floor. There you go.
There's a reason why it rhymed.
Like 3 on a tree. Let's do that was 3 on the tree. That was my Christmas Eve.
That was so weird.
It is weird. But yeah, so I'm sorry to whoever we didn't fully entertain. I apologize that you stopped by brand new to the channel and we didn't fully engulf, enrapture your attention span.
You know what? I wonder what their channel is.
I wonder if it's all about real crime. No,
I wonder what it'd be like to listen to. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
So
don't
maybe
know.
they can do better stuff. Because, like, I mean, I admit I suck. I mean, I'm not a.
Look, we're
I'm
here
not
for
good.
the people. We're here just to share our anecdotes and our experiences and our stories. And if people gain entertainment out of that, then absolutely. Miami Spice, you weren't that entertained when I was peeking through your window the other night. So
Oh, that's horrible.
yeah, she called the police and I had to run. The helicopter came and the dogs were out barking at me.
That's why you're on a treadmill.
Yeah, I have to like practice to like run from the police when I'm like trying to peek in on
I will
Miami
say this about
Spice.
Miami Spice. Like, I never thought that 911 was foreplay till you hear stories about her.
Yeah, absolutely. I swear she's like, yeah, they're like, oh, Miami Spice is calling. Let me guess, Vegas Rick is back at your place. Yep. Okay, we're on the way. So yeah.
Dude, it's
No stalking. It's not stalking is such an ugly word. I much prefer like surveillance that's unwanted.
uninitiated surveillance.
Yes, unappreciated surveillance.
911's pillow talk to Miami Spice.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna see her this weekend.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, she's
You
gonna
should
kill me.
put in a good word for me.
You know what I'll say? I'll say, never mind. you know what? Roped into a Christmas Eve with 3 dudes.
I still have no idea. You know what? Here's what you need to tell Miami Spice when you see her this weekend. Tell her that I am the man from Nantucket.
The man from Nantucket.
I am the man from Nantucket.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
What is it about the man from Nantucket?
Well, apparently he was gifted. He had other abilities. Gifted people. So yeah,
that's always awesome.
It is awesome. He had a party. He had a party trick that he could show off. So,
hey, did you ever see the South Park Magic Cock?
I did not. I see. I've never really gotten into South Park.
No. Well, it's a.
The dragon did not like cartoons. And so I had to like sneak them in when she wasn't around. So like when I wanted to watch The Simpsons or Ren and Stimpy or Family Guy, I'm
not allowed to watch cartoons either.
See, that's just unfun.
I wanted this channel to be all about watching SpongeBob and giving reviews of episodes. And I was told that I couldn't do that.
I never got to watch SpongeBob either because that wasn't allowed. And then one time she came in and watched.
No one in the house was allowed to watch SpongeBob?
Nope. And then she came in one time and found old son watching it, and she got mad and like grounded him. I'm like, why are you grounding him? It's just a TV show. She's like, it's so stupid and it's crass or what. I'm like, well, blah, blah, blah words. Okay, fine.
Well, listen, you can't say. I know the show she used to like.
Yeah.
Like that Seven Wife show.
Yes. I hate it.
She's upset about a cartoon wearing underwear.
I know. I'm like, seriously, you're watching like
my gosh.
All these like Real Housewives shows and you're okay with that, but I watch a show about a talking sponge and I'm in trouble. So yeah. It was not a lot of awesomeness.
I think you looked for trouble a lot, though.
I do. It tends to find me. So.
Well, I mean, I think it finds you so that we get that. That comes with the badge. But I'm thinking that like just casually, you like to find that. Let me tell you what. You know what? You one time did one of the things that got me in more trouble than anything else, and it's like this is what I hate. You guys
hold on. I got you in trouble by something I said
constantly. It was a constant because here's the thing. You guys know, like you hang around somebody and like they have like certain words they use and like that you don't use, but then like next thing you know, it's in your vocabulary.
Yes.
Mine that got me in trouble was Stop yelling at me.
Stop yelling at me.
I mean, it's like the only time in my life, like I was like, if I don't stop saying this, there will be no trial separation.
No,
which
dude,
would terrify me. I would be completely gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can always knock on my door, and I'll find a place for you to live.
I could live in the caves of Las Vegas.
Yep.
What's that underground parkway or whatever called?
You can live in the tunnels under the strip. Broadcasting your show from the Hobo Palace. Slobber pocket and stomach pancakes. Very nice. Very nice.
But I do not know why, because it was like, how did that get stuck in my memory and my words? And it's like, I bet you I said it more times than I heard it from you. And I was like, stop yelling at me. And it wasn't like, it was like, hey, good morning. Stop yelling at me. I was like, holy cow, what am I doing? I will not be here.
Yeah.
This is a horrible thing. Guys, if you ever want to test the boundaries of your wife's love for you, when she says something to you, say, stop yelling at me. Oh, if you do it in public.
I'm sure that
when they're like,
goes better.
Hey, honey, you go, stop yelling at me.
Why are you hitting me, lady? I don't even know you. Yeah, that would go over real well.
I like to say, hey, lady, stop hitting on me. I'm married.
I'm taken. I'm married.
And she's like, I know. I'm married to you. I'm like, stop it. My wife will find out.
No.
Look, I know I'm irresistible to you, but no, you can't have me.
No, I will not make out with you.
Honey, I will not make out with you in the middle of the store. Stop asking me to.
Stop. Yeah.
Sitting at a restaurant across. Stop. What is up with your feet tonight?
Oh, that is definitely going to end you.
I get in a lot of trouble. You know what? I've decided that I just need to start being. Oh boy, yeah. There we go. Yes. Even the Vegas underworlds have free hotel internet.
Probably. Get onto the Bellagio's website. It's the way to go. Dude, the Bellagio fountains lagoon.
Do not tell me people are bathing in there now.
No, I'm sure there probably is. But years ago, there was this apartment high-rise complex that was being built right next to the Bellagio. And when they were digging out the parking garage, whoever designed the place didn't take into account the fact that there was a big body of water next door. And when they started cutting the garage out, the water from the lagoon started seeping into the parking garage. And so they ended up and then it cracked the foundation of the building, and they ended up having to demolish it. And it was a huge class action lawsuit. It was phenomenal. I'm like, this is why construction people get in trouble. You don't plan ahead. You got whoever drew this up was not like, oh, hey, we're going to dig this underground garage next to a man-made lake. Like, you didn't think about that? You know, like, hey, wait a minute. There's going to be this water that's trying to push through dirt. And the dirt in Vegas is not sturdy. It's not like, hey,
sandish. Yeah.
It's sand.
Dusty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the condo collapse in Miami a few years ago. Like they had a pool like on like the third floor or something, or it was take it back. It was on top of the parking garage was a pool, and it started to leak, and it cracked the concrete, and then like that whole tower went down.
Yeah, it's like, who plans this? Like, you have to stop and go, okay, there have to be people who are, because I've known engineers, like legitimate people who like build buildings and like design buildings. I've known engineers, and these are some of the most brilliant people. And you have to stop and go, how did you not predict this part?
Because
Like,
they're
how did you
engineers.
miss that part? Like, you get the folks who build stuff. Like, they're like, okay, hey, here's a picture of what we want, and here's all these plans. And you're like, all right, cool, we'll go build this for you. And you are the construction workers, the construction company, and you're like, okay, cool, we'll go build this for you. You said we did all this work, we did all this planning, we did all this calculations, and we used Skynet to design this. And you're like, all right, cool. And they go start building it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, by the way, this fell apart. And it's like, well, it ain't us. Y'all are the ones that designed this. Like, the people who design shit are never the end users or the people putting stuff together. Like, you watch videos of like how cars are maintained and when people have to work on them. And the guys that design these cars, you have to wonder, were you smoking crack when you decided to figure out the layout of this car?
Okay, let me tell you what. An auto engineer person, whatever, that designed the cars, why can they not make a cup holder? If there's like, why am I supposed to believe that the airbag's going to come out and save my life if they can't make a freaking cup holder?
Exactly.
They're never a good size. There's never enough of them. I'm like, here could be a cup holder. Here could be a cup holder. What is wrong with these people?
And also, can we please talk about the fact that cars back in the 70s and 80s had an air conditioning vent under the steering wheel? And why did that go away?
That's really cool.
I mean, why did the ball cooler go away? Explain that to me.
Yes. So, have you ever sat in like those air conditioned seats?
My truck has it where you can push a button and it vents through the seat. And I'm gonna tell you, that is the greatest thing. But seriously, going back to the cup holders. Okay, going back to the cup holders. The cup holder situation was so assed up that the cup companies had to stop and go, our cups don't fit in cup holders anymore. They had to redesign.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They had to redesign cups at like 7-Eleven so they would fit in modern cup holders. They have bottom, and you can't set that down anywhere else because now it's not safe. It's a tipping hazard.
They're all like all look like LA strippers.
It's like, exactly. It's like, why did you guys do this? It makes no sense to me at all.
And guess what? The cup companies have it figured out. Because like those little styrofoam cup deals, they're like, 32 ounces or above. They have the shrink down the bottom. And they fit universally, man. It's like, oh my gosh. What is the cup that these engineers have they ever held a cup? Probably not.
Also, I do not believe the volume number on the side of that for anything, because I have bought a 52-ounce cup, put a 16-ounce bottle of Dr. Pepper in it, and it has gone up to 3/4 of the way. I'm like, okay, that does not make any sense to me. You're not getting 52 ounces of soda. So it is a conspiracy, and I for one, am completely irritated by that whole thing.
So, I live in the South.
You do?
Hot. That's the thing. I don't know where I live anymore.
Okay.
You know what? I don't even know if I'm going to sleep with my wife tonight. That's a gamble still.
Well.
Oh, hell. Anyway, so styrofoam is the best cups you can get. All right. I mean, not like, I'm sure. I mean, well, like, I've got like those tumbler deals, whatever now, and all this other stuff. Like, yes, there's better, but styrofoam is the universal great place to start. So McDonald's had styrofoam, and then they went to their like new age plastic type deal. And I used to actually be taken serious on Twitter enough that I complained about McDonald's cup, and they answered me and they said, we are going to a trash-free business model. Within 5 years, we'll have no trash at our stores. They'll all be 100% recycled, blah, 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 blah. Well, next thing you know, we had a pandemic and nobody cared about that stuff anymore. But those cups were so trash. I was like, I know what happened. You got these things because they're cheaper to ship.
Yep.
But they're so trash, man. It's like you held them and they crumpled. The condensation, oh my gosh, dude, like ice didn't last 15 seconds.
See,
horrible. 15
it
seconds.
wasn't broke,
Brutal.
so they fixed it, and then everybody
Yes.
hates it, and then it's like, why do you guys mess with stuff? It's not broken, so stop fixing it. But they do. This is what they do, and it is so irritating when you have situations like that, and you can't. Like no, these corporations, they don't listen. I tell you, it all changed when they started putting Dr. Pepper into plastic bottles and they went away from glass bottles with metal caps. It was the beginning of the end right there. It used to be you went into a 7-Eleven, you wanted to buy a bottle of Dr. Pepper. It was in a glass bottle with a styrofoam label, and it had a metal cap. And now they're plastic. There's the beginning of the end.
I think I know where a bait shop is that still has those kind of drinks.
They're probably from like the 80s. They're probably that old.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're left over. 80s, man. Those like the 60s. Oh my gosh, I do know a place. Holy cow, man. I never thought about it. Yeah, the styrofoam labels.
So the gas station around the corner from my house, they went to this thing where they stopped doing refills. You're not allowed to, they don't do refills anymore. You have to buy, it's around the corner from my house.
Oh,
so
it's not a 7-Eleven.
No, it's not. And so I go in there and I'm like, why are you guys going to, you're not doing refills anymore? Because they charge less for refills than for a new cup. And they said, well, the price of the mix has gone up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I go in there and I'm buying a new cup every time. And then lo and behold, guess what they do? They run out of fucking cups because they can't keep them in stock because every time somebody comes in there, they have to buy a new cup. So then I started bitching. I'm like, yo, if you guys are going to tell me I can't refill a cup and I have to buy a new cup every time, you need to keep these cups in stock. And they're like, well, we're having a hard time with the supplier. I said, then stop penalizing me.
It's all the supply chain, man. That's what they always complain about.
So I'm like, so I started just bringing in my little sister lives down in Florida. She lives next door to Miami Spice. And
cool. The pineapple place.
Yeah, at the upside down pineapple place with the pink flamingos. And she went to Buc-ee's.
Miami? Sorry.
I think it's called Miami. I think that's what it actually is called. Or a trailer park adjacent to Miami. Anyways, she went to Buc-ee's and bought me one of those big insulated Buc-ee's
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. And so I think that's where all the old people live is. And then I think Tampa Bay is like where all the, maybe it's the Everglades. I think that's where
Tampa's on the other side of the street.
I think that's where the alligators live. Anyways, she bought me one of those big Buc-ee's mugs. And so I take it in there now and I refill it. And they're like, well, we're going to have to charge you full price. I'm like, I don't care. At least I know I have a cup when I come in here now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Dude, it sucks, man. Sorry.
And then you don't have like the whole. I'm like, dude, I realize that this is first world problems, but I mean, look, I'm the consumer.
I'm an American.
You should be catering to me. The Villages. What is the Villages? Is that it takes a village to raise the people?
That's where the swingers go.
Oh, okay. The Villages. All right. That must be where she lives. I knew it was somewhere around there. I hack into her Wi-Fi from my sister's house.
When her password is unicorn
6969 420. So
I didn't think you were going to get the real one. I think that is it.
Unicorns rocks with an X. 2 X's actually. So
the third X is you.
Yeah. Soon to be X. X stalker. Nope. Always never gonna be an X stalker.
Have anybody ever successfully gone through stalking rehabilitation programs?
I don't know. I'm gonna be a washout for sure. And I tell you, it's just like I'm the consumer. You're supposed to like be furiously typing. Just because she's changing her password right now. Too late. I'm in. It's like I'm the consumer. You're supposed to be like providing me the service. And And she didn't, or they don't. And it gets mad. I went in there one time. I wanted Hostess Ding Dongs, and they didn't have any. And I got mad. I'm like, why don't you have Hostess Ding Dongs in here? And she was like, well, our guy. I'm like, stop making excuses. Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself now. So,
Isn't a hostess with a ding dong a host?
a host. It is a host.
Okay.
Dude, I went to the grocery store today and I bought a box of Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pies, and I've already eaten half the box. So now I'm disappointed in myself.
Because you didn't get the full box.
I should have bought more than one box.
Oh, you know what? I have some Little Debbie's.
As well, you should.
Like, I've never had a Little Debbie before in my life. And White Rabbit introduced me to him. You know what? She's like a gateway drug. I just realized this because she also introduced me to s'mores. I'd never had a s'more before.
Miami Spice. I do like ding dongs, and I'm happy to show my ding dong to the rest of anybody who wants to hear it or see it. So yeah, and pictures of my wiener. Chicks dig my wiener, who is currently sleeping. My hairy wiener. He's currently sleeping. So
I'll tell you what. I'm glad that my wiener's sleeping.
Yeah. Wake up, you little shitbird. Wake up.
We got to get that. What's that thing called?
The hot dog roller?
Yes.
Yes. Thing. Yes. I wonder if you could put corn dogs on there too.
You know what amazes me is that those. Hey, by the way, hold on. I got to stop. Who was I talking to the other day about that? Those little. Have you had the little corn dogs? Was that you guys talking to about that?
No, but I have had those.
Here's the air fryer thing.
Here's the problem I have with the mini corn dogs is they're small.
Corn dogs bigger.
Yeah, I like big corn dogs. They're
like Pop-Tart bites. Those things are delicious.
Yeah, I was working. I was working security at the F1 race here in Vegas, and they had these like fried peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I was like, I could make these at home in my air fryer with Uncrustables. And I think that's my next thing. My next purchase is buying like a box of Uncrustables. So yeah, I'm going to totally buy a box of those and put them in my air fryer. And I think that will probably be my next thing. So I think that Miami Spice is actually surprised that you and I are talking about the same thing over and over again. And she should really know better at this point. That it's like,
what are we talking about?
Hot dog rollers.
Oh, well, I mean, she doesn't realize the power of the hot dog roller.
Seriously, I think we could do a whole 3-hour segment just on the importance of a hot dog roller in your house. Because here's the thing: is not only is it convenient, it's also hygienic because the food will be cooked to perfection. And think of the satisfying aroma that will fill your house. Your house will smell. Everybody will walk in your house and go, "Do I smell hot dogs?" And you're like, "Yes." Would you like one off the roller? And then when they leave, you could say, "Thank you. Come again."
That's a really. Did they kill Apu?
They did, which is so terrible.
Since it's ended with the movie, it's a weird thing I've got. I'm like, I don't know why.
It really did. They should have just ended it with that. They should have been like, all right, here we're done. So, but they didn't.
Let's go back to this Uncrustable thing real quick.
Yes.
You know, one of the greatest things ever done, my wife's ever done. She has made me French toast with an Uncrustable.
I can't find anything wrong with that. Also, Miami Spice, why don't you want your house to smell like a 7-Eleven?
Really.
That's
like they're clean. They have the roasting hot dog smell.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They're always open. Really they're convenient.
Yeah, they are open.
They're convenient.
They have what you want. They're the superior convenience store.
I have never walked out of a 7-Eleven angry.
I have. When
You
I really
have?
wanted a Slurpee. Yeah, I wanted a Slurpee.
Oh, was the Slurpee
Oh,
machine?
I was like,
Was there
oh.
flavor out?
They didn't have Coke. They had Diet Coke.
Why would you have
Slurpee.
Diet Coke Slurpee? That's
Diet Coke
really weird.
Slurpee.
Dude, I always
was
go
in
in for the cherry, and then you get the cherry, and then
I was going with cherry too.
yeah, homeless people. So Miami Spice, you're saying they smell like
Your homeless
coffee?
people smell good. Oh, it smell like coffee.
Yeah.
didn't homeless smell
Oh,
like
7-Elevens in Southern Florida smell like coffee. That's disgusting. That it makes me angry. Do you know how many people get so mad when you tell them that coffee is disgusting? It's like you stepped on their puppy or something.
It's so weird, isn't it? It's the weirdest thing. Like, okay, beer is disgusting. People are like, no, they'll say all the time, man. They'll be like, "Oh, American beer is so gross" because they're beer snobs.
Right.
It's like coffee. Like no one ever says, "Oh, Brazilian roast is so gross." Like I only like the Cholula from Vietnam monkey butt.
Dude, seriously, how many Dr. Peppers have you known that have been drank by or eaten by a monkey and then pooped out and then they sell it to you?
Right.
They don't do it. But there is a coffee brand and they charge astronomical fees for
$20-some a cup.
It's just you're drinking monkey shit.
Yes, you are.
Do you hear what you're saying? You're drinking monkey shit. Stop.
It's so weird, man. Like I do not understand it. Like I'm sure there are coffee drinkers right now that are about skills. Here's one. Like I can respect the instant coffee. I wouldn't drink it because I still smell, but at least that was made for like World War II.
Right.
Right, wasn't it?
But,
or was
but
that the space shuttle? I forget.
I don't know, but okay, I think it was made for World War II. It outlived its time. World War II ended, and so stop making it. Stop trying to make it happen. And they kept doing it. So yeah. I mean, the only good thing to come out of the space program was Tang. So let's just be honest there.
We all do love a good cup of Tang.
Why wouldn't you like a good cup of Tang? So
let me ask you, is Tang just orange Kool-Aid?
Yeah, but it's pre-sweetened, so you don't even have to put anything in there.
Well, I don't put anything in Kool-Aid, right? Do they have pre-sweetened?
Maybe, but no, yeah, they do. But but then it's got NutraSweet. It's got artificial sweetener. I buy Kool-Aid packets, and then I put sugar in there, so it's made with sugar instead of like the fake stuff.
Yeah.
And I tell you, dude, I have one of those hydro flasks, the big metal jug thing that somebody gave me for Christmas one year, and I fill it with Kool-Aid, with red Kool-Aid, and I drink that. And I tell you, dude, that is way better than a cup of coffee could ever be in its entire existence. The best cup of coffee in the world.
Why is red Kool-Aid a flavor?
Because it is. It's just red Kool-Aid. I don't know. See, I didn't even know that Kool-Aid had like real official flavors until I was.
You got red, you got purple.
Yeah,
well, see,
orange.
That's what's so great. I think that's why I like orange. I like
because orange is a flavor and a color. Right. Yeah, but see, like I buy and I don't even go to the store. I buy it on Amazon. I buy my red Kool-Aid packets on Amazon. It comes to my house, and then I have sugar. So I take 2 scoops of sugar, put it in there. I put the red packet in there, fill it with water, and it's way better than coffee could ever be.
Yeah, coffee is it stinks. I mean, there's nothing. Have you ever noticed there's not like a good dessert that goes with coffee unless it's coffee dessert, like coffee ice.
And then it's coffee
cake. But that's only served for breakfast.
Yeah, and then it's like, would you like some espresso? No, thank you. I would much prefer to have some tres leches. Thank you.
Yes,
and it's tres leche. And tres leches doesn't come in coffee flavored. It comes in tres leches flavored.
Do people from Mexico drink coffee?
I don't know. They probably no. I think it skips Mexico and comes up from Colombia
Coke
with the cocaine.
Miller Lite.
No, Bud Light, dude. Every guy I know from Mexico drinks Bud Light and
That's
like a
funny
gallon of
because, like,
water.
see, around me, it was always Miller Lite. They all hate Corona.
Yeah, it's so funny. One time, my dad was having his car worked on, and I had to take him to go over there and get it. And he runs into the grocery store and comes out with like a big case of Corona. I'm like, "What's that for?" He's like, "Oh, it's for the mechanics. They did a really good job and like they hurried up and got it fixed like super quick." I'm like, "Oh, are your mechanics white?" And he's like, "No, they're Mexican." I'm like, "Dad, Mexicans don't drink Corona. They drink
No.
Modelo, or they drink Dos Equis, or they drink Bud Light." So I made him
Let
go
me tell you
back in
what.
there. I made him go back in there, return the Corona, and buy them a case of Modelo.
Wait a second. Your dad returned beer.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah.
a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, I mean,
Your
if you,
dad just became like super cool.
he
Like
was
that
like,
is like if you, wow,
yeah, I'm like, Dad, no, you're not
wow.
taking that over to the Mexican guys. I will not
Now,
take you over. I would be dreadfully embarrassed for you.
if your dad went in and told the cashier, be like, look, this is what my son just told me, and I could see the cashier be going, oh yeah, you can't take him this. You guys, you get to return this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's so funny is it came from a like it was like I mean, like people for like dudes I knew from Mexico were like, no, we don't drink that.
No, they
It's like
don't. And then what's funny
it
is
was like it was like if you spit on the American flag to like
you go to a Mexican restaurant, they sell Corona, but none of the Mexican guys are drinking the Corona. I won't drink Corona unless that's all there is, and I'm having a taco, but I would prefer a Modelo. And I tell you, dude,
Pacifico.
well, there's Pacifico is good too,
Those are
but I'll tell
great.
you, dude, Modelo micheladas are the best when you're having like any kind of Mexican food. So, I worked security at the Raiders game a couple weeks ago, and because it's the Raiders, they have Modelo micheladas, like the cans of Modelo michelada. I get done there, and every time I do that, I have to go and stop at the Mexican place around the corner from my house and get a burrito, and then I go over to the gas station and get Modelo micheladas because I've spent like
You're just
7 hours.
craving. You're just craving.
100%. I got to itch the scratch the itch.
I didn't realize you were a burrito eater.
I am.
I figured you for the chimichanga.
No, not a fan of the chimichanga. I do like chimichangas,
It's a
but
deep fried burrito.
I mean, it is also they have these rolled tacos, the
Yeah,
taquitos.
Taco Bell.
No. This place around the corner, and then they're so great, and there's like 12 of them for like $15, and they're covered with cheese, and they're so greasy. Oh my god, so great.
Do you eat the tamale?
Yeah, and they
Dude.
sell them there year round, not just at Christmas time.
Oh,
Dude,
so
my neighbors next door, there's a really nice Mexican family, gave me like a dozen homemade tamales, and I killed them in one day.
was one day. Yes, that's awesome.
One day. I ate them all in one day.
Texas Jen has a tamale party every Christmas.
See, that does me no good because I'm not there.
I know it upsets me so bad. Like I've always thought, like I'm like that is. I just want to be part of it. I just want to sit in the room and smell all the smells.
Oh,
And
yes.
yeah,
I
and
could
just
eat my body
it
weight in
looks so good.
tamales. They are so delicious.
And I learned about the tamale late in life. And it's weird. And I hate to say this. I think part of the reason why is because I thought you were supposed like people ate the husk, and I thought that was
Oh
stupid.
no, God, no. No, you don't eat the
Yeah.
husk.
I like
You
to
know,
tell
I
people the best ways to eat it with the husk.
So the ex bought me tamales one time in a can,
I have
and
seen those.
uh,
Oh no, don't tell me that. You actually went in for it.
so she bought them for me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna eat them, knowing full well they're gonna be horrible, and they were horrible. I'm like,
Maybe that was her version of why are you yelling at me?
why are you here? Have some canned tamales. I'm like, woman, this is
Why?
yeah. I think
Why?
and she, I should have known something was wrong when she would put bacon in the microwave.
Bacon surprisingly cooks well in the microwave. I gotta say that.
Yeah, I can't with you right now.
Let me tell you what I do though. So if we're getting bacon, immediately come home, open up. I don't know, it used to be a pound of bacon. It's probably like 9.5 ounces now.
Probably.
Break out the baking sheet, put the rack on it, put every strip of bacon down. Just cook the whole pound one time. House smells great. You know what I do? I get a pepper grinder and I crack peppercorn over the top of the bacon. Because like you need that pepper bacon, but it's never like peppery, it seems like to me.
What
Crap.
Miami Spice? I may have to stop stalking you, girl.
What is she doing?
She said bake bacon in the oven.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, come on.
I do the whole thing on a cookie sheet in the oven one time. And then I wrap it up. I roll it up in paper towels, put it in a Ziploc bag, and just snack on it. No, I'm not saying like I just snack on it. Like, I mean, whatever purpose we're using the bacon
You're
for,
eating it. You're eating
my
it.
My wife loves it.
I have a cast iron skillet from Lodge that is solely for bacon. Nothing else gets cooked.
Why don't you put your bacon in that skillet, then put that in the oven, and now you just walk away? You don't have to look at it. And there's no splattering you have to clean up?
No.
You like this?
Because my grandmother would come back to life just to hit me with her cane. And
well, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm not one of Diva's clients, so that does not sound good to me.
True. Would you like to be?
No, I don't think so. My heart belongs to Miami Spice, and so as soon as she lifts the restraining order, good things will happen. But yeah, that's like that is
become like Diva.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, that's what happened. Ballstorm. Like I knew him pre-Diva.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
You know how much she's changed?
Maybe Miami Spice is like a dominatrix. Wow. That's awesome.
She is. What do you think of unicorn? It's code for peg.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? The best thing
to have a safe word.
You just need to go ahead and put some petroleum jelly into a syringe. That's the best thing you could do.
Oh,
you have it ready.
You're probably not wrong.
Be sure that you fully use the syringe before getting your pants off. I mean, it's probably not a bad idea. So I do not syringe of Vaseline.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll actually work because I think the viscosity would prevent it from. Maybe you'd have to like warm it up.
No, it's one of those like turkey injector. Not a baster, but the injector for a turkey.
Yes, that's what you're gonna need. What were we talking about?
Viscosity.
Oh yeah, viscosity. I used the term lubricity in an arrest report not too long ago.
That is a great word.
Yeah, I was because the suspect was it was a female, and she had lotion on her arm, and when I went to go grab her arm slipped out of my hands because of the lubricity of the lotion she had applied. It was awesome.
Hey, have people ever like is this a thing there? Maybe I'm making this all up. But I'm pretty sure I saw this somewhere where like people were now like criminals were covering themselves in like petroleum jelly, I guess, because lotion will eventually dry.
Right.
Doing it so when they ran, they couldn't be grabbed.
That probably is a thing. And the other problem is if it's a petroleum-based jelly, you can't use the taser on them because it'll set it on fire. So, which is
that what happened with all those taser fires?
There was a guy that was trying to he was doing something with gas, and like he'd covered himself in gas, and then he pulled a knife and he like charged a cop, and then they tased him, and it set it on fire. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. It's a crispy criminal. So
well, I mean, what do you expect?
I want to conduct a science experiment to actually see if Vaseline is flammable.
Yeah, so you get cotton balls and you
you got to get something that's not flammable. You have to have like a metal spoon and put some on there and then see if it's flammable.
Well, it makes fire starters with the cotton ball, but maybe it's the cotton ball that's burning and the Vaseline just
keeps it going. Yeah. Did we chase off everybody like Texas Jen and Miami Spice? Is that what I'm
I
saying
think
there?
so. I
Oh,
think
well,
so.
you know,
That's awesome.
it's it's like my Christmas Eve. It's just the four of us. Well, ladies' night, how you doing?
So that's the difference. Difference between mine and yours. The women to men ratio. That had to be a heck of a drive home. I can imagine you talking to yourself.
Yeah. I was pretty I there was a lot of what the fuck was that about on the way home. So yeah. Good times.
And how did you become friends with this girl again?
I responded to a call for service, and yeah, so that's how it went. You know, it's funny, as I worked
You're
with
a
a dude years.
Tenderizer.
Yeah, I'm the Tinderizer. I worked with a dude years ago who met his ex-wife on a call for service, or had met his wife on a call for service. She was a domestic violence victim. I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to do that, but you know, that was a different era of policing. So.
Hold on, do what now? She was.
So this guy, his name was Dave. He responded to a call for domestic violence, and then arrested the dude, and then ended up going out with her, and then they got married. And they were married for like forever, but yeah, yep. I'm like, oh, I don't think you're supposed to do that, but you know, teach their own.
Did they end up? You said they were married forever, so they're no longer married.
No, they're still married.
Oh,
they've been married forever. Yeah, I feel like Tinder is a service call. I think that's right. The Tinderizer. Maybe I should change my name from Vegas Rick to the Tinderizer.
The Tenderizer.
Yeah.
The Love Me Tender Bear.
Love me Tinder.
There you go.
Yep.
Love me short. Love me for a couple minutes.
Love me for 37 seconds.
Oh, is it 37? I thought it was 87.
Well, I gotta put my clothes back on.
Number. Do what?
I gotta put my clothes back on. So.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't know. Good times. Well, anyway. Well, listen, man. Let's. You want to pull the plug on this?
It's up to you. It's your show, your channel.
Then we can have real cussing.
Real cussing. Oh yeah, a real good time. So
yeah, we can tell all the those jokes, those North Korean jokes. North
Koreans, funny people.
Wait a second, isn't it? I still like this is a serious question for you.
Okay.
Did you ever think in your lifetime you see Dennis Rodman as a master of international relations?
You know, I can't say that I saw him playing for the Bulls back in the 90s and thought, this guy's going to be an ambassador to North Korea one day.
Right.
And here we are.
I mean, honest to goodness, we were getting ready to have peace with North Korea. And then Dennis Rodman Shackelford just wouldn't let it happen.
And then, yeah. I mean, you know, Donald Trump was able to walk into North Korea with the president of North Korea, or the chairman, or whatever he is, and yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the most badass thing I ever saw in my life. But
hell yeah! And I mean, how many? You know, what was it? Only Nixon can go to China, and only Trump can go to North Korea.
That's crazy cool. Yeah. I mean, I don't care who you are. That was cool. All right. Well, it's New Year's coming up. Happy New Year.
You got any plans for New Year's?
Miami Spice.
Yeah.